I'm down 162 pounds in 6 months, and it feels great. Looking at myself in the mirror is a trip. I marvel at myself now because I'm like, man, I've done this in 6 months. 6 months is not that long ago.
I started this program back on July 1st at 288.5 pounds. Today I weighed in at 184. When I first got here, I was sad and depressed and stressed out. Over time, I regained my self-esteem, my willpower, my determination, and those things have helped me to grow and become happier with myself and in life.
Use code TFU10 for a discount on the full body cleanse.
This is O'Shea Jackson. You're listening to TFU Podcast, if you didn't know.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of TFU.
Let's go.
Woo-hoo. Friend of the podcast, back in the house with a new special out called Underrated. Ryan Davis back in the house.
Woo. Wait, you know what?
Welcome.
You did not mention that this guy's an actor. He's an actor.
I am an actor.
Yeah, this guy has done movie. You need to do your research. He's everything in Hollywood.
I thought this was just an updated version of him because I already introduced him once before. The people know who he is from the first introduction.
Hey, listen, this the
I
next
thought we were
Eddie
just
Murphy.
going like, what's new with Ryan Davis?
Nah, you know what you leave? This the next Eddie Murphy. That's how you come out with that.
All right, you want me to start over?
No.
All right, man. Well, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good, actually.
What you got going on?
Nothing, just touring right now. I'm going to end up shooting my second special.
Okay.
I was thinking at the end of the year, but I think I'm going to push it back to the first quarter of next year and spend the rest of this year really, like, getting the hype up for it.
You have a title.
Just rated?
I don't give a fuck.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah. Just the letters,
going
though,
with
because
that?
you know
I
you
was gonna
can't.
ask.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you that.
It pretty much clears
Just
the
like we had
letters.
to do with,
Yeah.
couldn't spell the whole thing out.
Yeah. So but that's and
What's up
that's
with
the attitude
Underrated, though?
behind
Where
it.
do people go to find your
Underrated,
special
I have
right
had
now?
it on Patreon since March. And it has sold copies every day since March 29th, 27th.
that.
Yeah. So definitely a success. And people have always been waiting or wanting to know what in the world I'm going to do as far as public release. Because everybody knows public release happens. You know what I mean? Just like any movie, it can be in theaters, but eventually it's going to be for public consumption.
Right.
And I really thought about it. And I actually have a home for it now. I'll be releasing it in conjunction with Ali Sadiq on his YouTube. Ali has built this just mass comedy following of people who love good comedy. And we're talking about how a lot of comedians in our lane don't work together enough. There's always this idea that, we have to go to these entities that don't do anything but use us, and they don't have our best interest in mind. So let's be creative together and make money together. And I'm like, who better than my brother who I believe in and he believes in me, and we're both doing great things. And we both are going to bring he's going to bring his audience to the table. I'm going to bring my audience to the table, and maybe we can together make comedy a great place for real comedy. Create a space for really good comedy, because now I feel like it's dying.
I feel like this is happening also in every industry. Like, people are tired of the bigger companies. Like, everybody
tired
talks
of the
about it in
man.
music. Everybody talks about it. Now you're talking about it in comedy, where why would I give my special to so-and-so? We can release it ourselves. You think everyone's just going to be replaced by AI?
How'd you make that transition?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
I have questions about this special.
Because they're just going to get so mad.
Yeah.
They're just going to be like, all right, everybody's
So
trying
you
to go
think because
against
it was a big success releasing your special on Patreon, like that's the new wave to go? Skip trying to go to the bigger platforms and have full control?
I would never tell somebody to do what I did unless you have an audience who is willing to pay for what it is that you have. You can go to Patreon, but if you can't move but 2 people over there to go see it, what exactly are you doing? You give stuff away for free until you can build the relationship enough to where you can charge for it. And you're not charging for it just because you can. Like, some people will hear that and go, oh God, look, why, if you give it to us for free, why would you all of a sudden start charging? Because it was never free to make.
Ooh, that's true.
I've been taking losses all the way up until now.
Right.
You've been getting it for free. Dag, you ain't got $5 for your boy who's been paying to give you this, all this stuff. It's none of this. That's what I'm saying. It's like, people don't understand the losses that are taken,
right,
in order to get something to work. It's not profit until it's profit.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
A lot of time.
Is that how much it costs? $5?
Yeah, I was
For
giving my
Patreon.
Patreon $5.
$5. All right.
$5.
I'm already a member, so
yeah,
I understand. I seen your special. I was trying to figure out what made you guys go in the direction as far as black and white, because it looks amazing, and no one's really done that in recent years, especially for a comedy special, but it looks great.
Thank you. It was shot well. God, I hate that y'all know how to ask questions. Like, nobody really asked me why I made it black and white. That was the first time I've really been asked. It looked better in black and white than it did in color.
There you go.
For whatever reason, I'm not a color specialist or do color correcting, but when, like, Just Opposed, I watched it one way and I watched it the other way, and it was a few things I realized about seeing it in black and white. One, you're not so focused on the aesthetic. It still looks clean, it still looks good, but you're not focused on, like, the aesthetic. You're not focused on my clothes or how,
right,
you know what I mean? Oh, look at those shoes or whatever. You're paying attention to the material. Whenever it makes it really intimate whenever it's black and white. So I love that. So the initial reason for even trying black and white is because I didn't like the colored version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you shoot it at?
I shot it at the House of Blues in Chicago. Yeah, I was in Chicago, did 2 sold-out shows at the House of Blues because, I'm like that. And then, and the reason I'm saying that is because, like, recently I realized, because I don't tell people who I am or I don't brag, people really don't know I'm as successful as they don't pay attention. It's so weird. I had somebody, I spoke on the comedy beefs that's been going on, and I was like, black comedy beef is stupid because
I seen the clip.
Yeah, the clip. So the clip did was somebody was like, he acting like he's on a level to speak on it. All the people who you think about in the comedy beefs, they know me and respect me. I'm not on that level in your mind because I don't brag about where I am in my career, but it's I'm more successful than a lot of people that you would think I'm not on the level of. I realized that we are in a clout era where it's like you have to show. It was like, man, that nigga ain't doing nothing. Where's his Lamborghini?
You know what
I don't like Lamborghinis. Why
you don't drive.
Yeah, I don't drive.
You don't drive.
Yeah.
He's doing well, you guys. He doesn't drive.
I just don't. I don't. Where your jewels at? I don't like them. I'm just like, I don't.
I think they would know more if they knew how many people you were able to attract to your Patreon.
Yes.
Because I know personally, because I know you, it's tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands of people paid.
He's doing well.
I'm doing fine. But it blows my mind that people they automatically assume because I don't say anything or I don't like getting consistent haircuts that I must be struggling. And that's not the case. I just really, really, really have 2 barbers, and if I'm not near them, then I don't go get my hair cut.
When you choose, I was wondering, like, how a comedian chooses the city they shoot a special in or the theater they shoot a special in. Like,
that's
it's
a
just
good
like,
one.
oh, these two are sold out, so let's fucking do it here. Or like Chicago always kills for me. Or
No, I hadn't really played Chicago when I decided to do Chicago. But Chicago is one of the comedy meccas to me. Chicago is one of the hardest places to do comedy because there's so many funny people who come from Chicago. Chicago, they've seen everybody and then some. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever want to, yeah, good job, Alejandro. But if you ever want, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's your first time.
yeah.
So whenever I chose it, because I thought New York. I even thought home in Charlotte. I think Atlanta and but there's certain markets you choose for different reasons. This I knew was going to be the introduction to me, to the public, the people who know who I am, but they don't think enough of me to buy tickets to a show because they're going to be like, they're either skeptical for whatever reason. They're going to be like, well, he's an internet comic. I don't know. I don't want to waste my money. Or however they see me, I think it's social media stuff is funny. I don't know if it's that funny. I don't know if I would watch it and stand up. Or some people think I'm gonna do a PowerPoint presentation, like because I make content with pictures and stuff like that. They think I'm gonna have like a monitor and be like, "Yeah, you see what happened in the news today?" Like I'm not gonna. I don't know what they think is gonna happen. So I'm like, not only am I going to, do my introduction into stand-up to the public, because I've been doing it 12 years. I've been doing stand-up 12 years, but I'm new in the mind of people who just don't know. Yeah. And so I'm like, all right, this is my introduction. So why not do it in the hardest city to do comedy in?
I love it.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm a stack the deck. I'm gonna stack the deck. Not only am I gonna show y'all I'm like that, but I'm gonna show y'all I'm like that in the places that's hardest to get these people to laugh. So,
do you think that do the people know you're filming? Like they have to?
Oh yeah. No, I promoted it that way and everything. I was like, this is my comedy special. I'm shooting my special. We did the whole, and I did a run of shows. I did the Comedy Central. I did the House of Blues in San Diego. I did City Winery in St. Louis. I did the House of Blues in Houston, Texas. I do a theater run to prepare for it. And then I was on tour with Jill Scott. She was letting me open for her at every theater. And that was getting me ready, primed to shoot it at a theater. Because I do comedy clubs year round. And doing a theater is completely different. Your timing is different because the laughter dissipates at a different rate. Like when you're at a club, everybody's close in. The laughter is like, ha, 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 and down. But in theater, I'm so far away from the audience that I have to wait for the laugh to come to me. And then when it starts to dissipate, I know that they've actually started to stop laughing. I'm still hearing the residual. So if I tell a joke and the laughter starts and then I tell another joke, you might actually not be able to hear me because you're sitting in the audience where the sound is happening. And to me, it's not as loud because it's really interesting. And the ceilings are high, so the sound gets like lost in it. And then you don't know until you watch it. You're like, oh shoot, we call it stepping on your laughs. Whenever they're laughing really hard, you've started the next joke, so they have to shut up and try to listen. Yeah, and you don't want to step on your laughs. It's easy to do that in the club because the room is, you know what I mean, like 80 feet to the back, so you hear all the laughter. But once you get into the theater space, you know what I mean, you gotta wait for that laugh in the balcony to get to you.
You ever waiting there and it never came? You just like it's gonna come. Oh yeah, there's like a little second. Like,
Let me tell you. And that's the thing. You got to get your timing down because you do the wait, and they didn't let it take. You look crazy. You know what I mean? You wait, and then you're like, oh, they didn't laugh at that. So now I just look like I paused.
Is it like that for jokes? Like certain jokes work in certain cities? Yes. Or do you do you alter? You already know, okay, in Cleveland, they don't laugh at this in Cleveland. And in LA, oh, they go crazy over this in LA. So do you alter each performance?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I have to do, because the special is the special, right?
Right.
So I got to get the special, I got to get the set like to where I'm performing it the exact same way every time. Now I do that when I'm first touring like my material and trying to figure it out. But once I go, this is the hour, and I'm touring the hour to do the special, I have to do it the same way every time. I don't care if I change one or two words, it'll work better in this city, because when I release the special, I'm not releasing it to this city.
That's true.
I'm releasing it to the world. So like it just depends. When I'm in your city performing and I'm not preparing for a special, I'll tweak whatever to whatever you're, you know. But I don't really like whoring myself out for the laugh. That's what I call it. Whenever you change who you are, so they can laugh. It was like, nah, if you don't like this part of me, you just don't like this part of me. And that's cool. You know, it's a whole hour. You might not like this one. You might like the next one. I'm not your slave. You know what I mean? Yeah, like we have an agreement. You paid in hopes that you're going to have a good time. So have a good time. Don't bring your beliefs in here. Right. You know what I mean? If you want to get mad at something, get mad at it at home. And here, we having fun. I'm able to laugh at everything as long as it's done well. Right. You know what I mean? I've growing up in the South, being raised Baptist, I'm a person that be like, don't play with God. You know what I mean? Don't play with Jesus, none of that. But I've heard atheists and agnostic people tell some of the funniest, religious jokes I've ever heard. And what, I'ma not laugh? Of course I'ma laugh. Why? It's not an attack on me. And typically if I'm laughing, it's because they made an amazing point. Why am I not supposed to laugh? Right. It's like when you shut yourself off to the possibilities of other people's way of thinking, you're limiting the amount of happiness you can get out of that experience. And I would encourage anybody not to limit the amount of happiness they can have from an experience. You should be able to laugh at yourself. You should be able to laugh at people of whatever group you know what I mean, feel like you belong to, whatever your political affiliation is, whatever your religious affiliation is. You should be able to laugh at that. And if you can only laugh at people making fun of stuff that is different than you sound more like a bigot to me than, you know what I mean? If you can never laugh at anything that you resonate with, but you can laugh at everything of any group that you don't resonate with, I don't think you like comedy.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
For sure. You
think when the crowd knows that you're filming, they go harder on laughing, or it's harder to get them to laugh, or it's just the same?
No, when people know they're being recorded, they tense up. Everybody is not happy to be on camera. And then you have the other people who are like, they're recording, I'm going to make sure you can see me. When I watch it, I want to be able to find me. So they're laughing like this. You're like, okay, I get
it. For me,
it.
it's like, am I supposed to be here with this person?
They stand up. Yeah, they stand up and point. Now that was funny. That is funny. I'm like, all right, bro, you ain't never done that in your life, but I get it. And then you have the other people. They'll start to laugh, and then they'll feel like eyes are on them, and then they'll cut their laugh off. And I'm like, man, sit in the balcony in the dark so you can laugh as hard as you can. But that's part of the reason comedy is done in the dark. It gets the audience comfortable. It makes them feel like the eyes aren't on them. People laugh harder at stuff when they can laugh in secrecy.
Okay, I took a picture on stage with a comedian thing I went to the other day, and when you're up there, those lights that are on you make it you can't see very many people or their faces.
Always, people be like, I'm scared to go to comedy shows. They're going to make fun of me. That comedian can't see you.
Yeah, you can't, can't see anything.
The lights are so bright.
Yeah.
The lights are so bright, you can see 3 rows maybe.
That's
you
funny.
can see 3 rows. After that, if you say something out loud, I have to do like this to see you. A comedian will hear the direction it came from. Like, who said that? but just seeing you and long as you're like 4 rows back, you're safe.
So you could throw something out and then just if you're quiet, you'd be all right. You won't get.
Yeah, but the audience will point at you though, because they don't want me to pick at them.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be like, I'm getting on whoever said that.
You're gonna find them.
They'll immediately snitch.
Now you think, or why would people come into a comedy show angry? Sometimes it feels like people like just sitting there angry to come into a comedy show. Like you're supposed to come in wanting to laugh. No, like why'd you come to a comedy show?
I think people go to things for their own agendas, right? So I've witnessed myself do it before. There was this app called Clubhouse, and there were women comics. They had their own room, and they were the only ones allowed to speak. And they always had moderators. They'll bring you up to speak.
Right.
They said, any man in this room, you can only come up to ask a question.
That's stupid.
And then, I'm going to tell you, because that's how I felt. I felt just like that. Because they were talking about how hard it is for women in comedy, right? And I went into the room like, oh, here they go. Here they go. I'm going to go in here and tear this shit up. I didn't come in to hear what it was that they had to say. And when I was in the room and I could only ask questions, it made me realize, one, I'm part of the problem. I'm part of the problem. I didn't even know I was part of the problem because I was supporting, women. I take women on the road and all these things. But because I don't treat them poorly doesn't mean that they're not being treated poorly. And then it was a whole bunch of women who never even met each other having the same experiences in comedy everywhere. And I was like, oh, nigga, we got to do better. We actually are. And I came in here solely to just
shit on it.
Just shit on whatever you were about to complain about. Just to give you no validation, to invalidate anything you were about to say. And I was like, wow, I'm one of the niggas you talking about. Because even though I don't do anything to you, I'm not actively doing anything to understand you and make it better for you. So I had to check myself. I'm so glad that they did that because I'm better now. I don't do that, but I do understand the person now who comes to the comedy show just to be a fucking dickhead. They're like, we're going to a comedy show. These things probably ain't even gonna be funny. You know who they not? They not better than my favorite. Right. They don't have to be for you to enjoy the show. Yeah. There's some people, they kill me, especially people who are fans of people who aren't here anymore. Oh my God. You would think they were the only people to ever do it. Like when Bernie Mac passed, in some people's eyes, nobody's funny anymore. Nobody's funny anymore. Right. They ain't like Bernie. People weren't like Bernie while he was here. Right. What are you talking about? But there were still people who were funny. You don't have to, I don't have to like think Chris Tucker in Rush Hour and all these other movies he did is better than Bernie Mac in anything for me to enjoy Chris Tucker, or you know what I mean? It's like, and then like basketball fans, when Kobe passed, a Kobe fan, you can't say anything. Yeah, you can't say anything. You'd be like, man, that was a good shot. Kobe would have been out of that. What is happening?
No good shots anymore.
Yeah.
Kobe took the last good shot.
Kobe was the last person to take a good shot. For me, that really sucks because people, now we have these parasocial relationships now where people go, like they have this, the fandom is turned into, I'm not a fan of comedy, I'm a fan of this comedian. And if you bring up another comedian, you're like, they're not better than my guy. Well, no one said that. Someone said, this might make you laugh. Right. Enjoy this.
It's crazy to have a guy you don't know. You know, it's my guy.
Yeah.
Never met this guy.
Never met. And it's insane. And I'm just like, all right. So trying to navigate that space is always going to be like weird for me because I'll watch somebody's body of work and I'll share it in my stories. And I was like, I really enjoyed this. They'll be like, you think he the best? I was like, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said, I got some laughs out of this. That's what
Ryan, the one thing I notice about your comedy is that, and I don't see it nowadays, and maybe you can even help me with this. There's a red thread from the beginning to the end of your comedy that brings it all together at the end, during the whole entire experience. And it seems like the older comedians used to do it, the Eddie Murphys, the Richard Pryors, all these older comedians, they always had that red thread. So what was said in the beginning actually meant something in the middle, in the end, and it all kind of brings it together. Am I just noticing that kind of comedy is no longer here anymore? Or was that your intention the whole entire time? Because I know you're a studier. You actually view the greats, watch the greats, and you kind of obviously picked up on that.
Yeah, it's social media and brain rot.
Okay.
So people will go, this is in any art, right? Imagine if an artist, a painter, started his painting from the top left corner and then changed his mind halfway through the painting and then changed his mind at the bottom. You'd be like, what the fuck is this? It was like, well, I had a couple things I wanted to draw. So that's what's happened. People's attention span has gotten so... And just like music, people, this guy, oh man, I wish I knew his name. He had a song that was popular on TikTok, and he had sold out this like theater or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And he played the song from TikTok, and everybody was singing along to the part, and he stopped the music and stuck the mic out. They didn't know the second verse. No one, and I mean, it's a building full of people. He was like, don't embarrass me, guys. Nah, you embarrassed, kids. You thought people listened to whole songs. Damn. And they don't. Imagine a movie where this scene didn't match that scene and that scene didn't match that. That's how people are doing comedy now. A performance is supposed to be a performance. It's a whole piece. It's a body of work. And somehow people are doing just a collection of jokes. Just like in music, people are like, man, I don't even write my music. I just freestyle. Nigga, what is wrong with you? This is supposed to be a song. Can you call it a song? If it doesn't have if it doesn't have just a through line, what is this song about? Nah, this is just the random shit that came to my head over a beat. I hope you enjoy it. I don't enjoy it, nigga. Where is the album? The album is supposed. You remember when shit used to have a theme from beginning to end? That's what a body of work is. And I have no interest in doing a collection of jokes because I really think that people come out to laugh, but the best bodies of work, you always take something from it, right? If I ask you what your favorite movies are and I ask you what those movies are about, you don't go, oh, it's just funny. Oh, I just enjoy it. The through line of the movie is what makes you like the movie so much. And I think the same way with any piece of art, whether it's music, whether it's like, painting or drawing or creating, any type of creation, man, you should put more thought into it than that, and I want to be remembered that way. When people see my bodies of work, I want them to be like, he cared about us. He didn't rob us.
Right. He didn't string a bunch of jokes together.
He didn't just string a bunch of shit together to sell me and take my money. He's like, I thought enough about you guys that I went and created something to present to you in hopes that you got your money's worth and you got more than your money's worth, and that you trust me. We build a trust together that whenever I come back, you know what to expect from me. You know you're going to... I don't ever want to feel like I cheated my fans.
How do you organize, let's say, your calendar? Like, okay, starting January, is brand new jokes, or is just depending on the run you're going?
You do the special, because once you do the special and they watch the special, you can't do that no more.
Yeah, it's over.
You start doing them jokes, fans be like, "Hey, we heard this before." Like, you can't. Yeah, it ain't like music. Music, once you have a hit record, is a hit record. You can perform it forever. Comedy, if you have a hit joke, there are people who love that joke so much they'll let you see it again because it's like performing like a song. But most people will be like, nah. And that's hard for comedy too, because you'll have a joke that levels, and then it'll be like you'll go, man, I watched this dude. It was the funniest. This joke he did is the fun. You gotta see it, and then you go tell them to come to the next show, because they got to see it. But before I got there, I've made up in my mind, I'm not going to tell the jokes. So you're waiting, you're bragging to them. He's like, nah, he's going to do the joke. And I never do it.
That has happened to me so many different times.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah, and that's the tough part about like getting rid of material, because there are people who will go, like they came alone or came on a date, and then they like, oh, this joke is so funny. They convince 5 other people to come, and then you don't do the joke. And then you be at the meet and greet, and you're like, man, I brought 5 people for you to do the Tom Brady joke. You ain't even talk about football.
Right.
Like, so it's tough because you have fans that never want you to say the same thing over, and there's fans that come to see the act that they saw the last time. So for me, I'm always trying to like find the balance. But once the special come out my fans see it, those jokes I'll never tell them again.
Like he was saying though too, with that's probably why there's no classic. Like there's no Raw, there's no Killing Them Softly. Like you would always vote on like what's the best stand up special. You know what I mean? It was never like who's got the best joke inside of a special.
Yeah.
Because like Raw was great. Killing Them Softly was great. Like and you watch, and they have those themes through the whole thing.
That's a very good point. I ain't even, and that's funny. I was just talking
him too much.
Nah, but I was talking.
I can only deal with so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we need you to on the show.
now they'll be like, "What's your favorite joke from this person?" And it's like it was never that.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite special?
Yeah.
People are like, "Nah, you got to see this special. You got to see this entire." Yeah, nobody was ever going, "Hey, you got to see this." Nats turned into that though. Yeah. Oh, you got to see this joke.
And then they wait for the joke instead of going to see the whole fucking comedian.
Instead of seeing the whole comedian, and I'm just the person that I am. I'm just like, nah, you got to come see the body of work, and you don't get to. I'm not a playlist guy.
That other shit is like, it feel like Carrot Top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Carrot Top was okay, but he just felt like he was just going through like a list of jokes if it worked.
Yeah.
The next one, and then the next one, and the next one. But
and listen, I'm not the comedy police. You know what I mean? If you prefer somebody who just tells funny stuff that have nothing to do with each other because you just want to laugh, go to that show. I wouldn't say that this is the only way comedy should be done, because there's people who like different things. There are going to be people who don't like the way I do it. But for the people who don't like the way that I do it, shut the fuck up. You don't have to announce it. Just don't watch me. Just don't watch me. If you don't, you know
stop
what I mean?
commenting.
Yeah, stop commenting, man. Like, it's just, you ain't got to do it. It's so crazy. Go put a positive comment. Every time you think about saying something negative about me, go put a positive comment on somebody you like.
How you deal with the negative comments? You have a few back and forths with some people?
Me, I'm always, all right, so.
Kevin Durant.
If
you got a sneak account. You got sneak accounts that you argue with.
Nah. So with me, the thing that I did, if I respond to a negative comment, it's because I'm perceiving their comment to be a popular thought, and let me go ahead and kill this right here before 30 people comment the same thing.
It's a lot of people that suffered that death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Durant was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
He caught flames.
Sometimes you just gotta keep shit to yourself, dog. This is the crazy part. There's this belief, right? in that you can't have an expertise if you don't have the skill. And I just don't think that's the case. I could talk about basketball in a way people who have played the sport can't talk about basketball because they don't have the mental capacity. What made them good at basketball was their genetics, and they loved to play it. So they played it all the time. But then you get on the court, they don't remember plays. They don't know how to read other defenses. But this nigga can dunk from the free throw line. That's why you're in the league. You are super. But for me, for somebody who really loves the sport, but can't do it because my dad is 5'6". You know what I mean? And for me, I love it so much. I look at the ins and outs and everything. Everything that I look at is through the lens of context. I'm not a fanboy of nobody. That's another thing that's hard when you have sports conversations, that people will be fanboys of somebody. Allen Iverson made me watch basketball. And if you ask me about Allen Iverson, it's the most inefficient nigga I've ever seen in my life. But I love that dude. You can't tell me nothing about that dude, but just because I love him doesn't mean I'm going to say he's the best. And now I'm not going to say that you can't criticize him. There's plenty to criticize about him. Yeah. He was critical of himself. And that's why I'm like, but we live in this time where people just, they don't care about context. They don't care about nuance. They don't care about expertise. They don't care about research. It's just, I don't like what you said. So, and that was the thing about Kevin. He didn't like what I said, so he got disrespectful. When all he had to say is, this is what I do. And I do it at a high level. I'm one of the best to ever do it. I think I just know this space better than you. I would have been like, respect. Respect. But the nigga went, you a trash comedian. Well, let me show you what I do. Apparently you're not familiar with my work. You're not. I was like, that's my fault. That's my fault that I didn't get, my work never made it to you, but you're in luck. I got time. I'm going to make sure you see this one. And yeah, so that's what it was for me. People don't understand. Even me talking about sports, that was a career pathway for me. I'm not a sports fan. I'm a sports fanatic for real. Like I went to school for communications with a minor in journalism only for sports. I was paying to go to school so I could one day professionally talk about sports. That's
actually
how
makes so much sense.
Yes, I love sports. I know so many statistics that people will be like, why do you know that? I don't know why I know it. I just love it so much. The ins and outs of it. There's people who play a sport who don't even know the history of the sport. There's people in comedy who don't know the history of comedy. I love comedy. I'm a junkie. I like a friend of mine just recently got into comedy, right? And she was getting into like we were trying to figure out what her style was. And then shout out to Sydney Castillo. Shout out to my girl April Riles too. April Riles was getting into it. Sydney Castillo gave her some advice about tagging her jokes to make it funnier, because she'll tell a story and you got to keep people invested in the story. So you hit them with little jokes here and there, tagging. That's what we call jokes. You say something, but you tag it to get a little laugh, an extra laugh on it. And she was like, I think I get what that means. I was like, oh, I'll show you tagging. And then I showed her a video of Phyllis Diller. Phyllis Diller, to me, is the greatest tagging comedian of all time. That's all she did. She'd tell a joke, and then she'll have a tag and a tag and a tag. Like, so she'll tell a whole joke, and then her next 3 words will make you laugh. Then her next 3 words will make you laugh. Yeah, and then she'll tell a whole joke, and then her next 3 words will make you laugh. She's so good at just saying just little stuff to add on to the joke. That's what tagging is. And then I showed her Phyllis Diller, and she was like, man, you really love comedy.
There
I was
you
like,
go.
why do you say that? She said, the example you decided to show me is from 1965 and it's in black and white. But I was like, I want you to
get it.
I want you to get
Yeah.
it. So for me, it's like so when I have comedy conversations with the general public, I hate having comedy conversations with the general public because y'all don't do what I do. Y'all won't take the time to go watch Phyllis Diller. Y'all won't take the time to go watch everybody who came before you. You're not going to watch Flip Wilson. You're not going to watch, you know what I mean, Dick Gregory and young Dick Gregory. You're not going to watch young Bill Cosby. You're not going to do any of these things. So when I'm having a conversation about technique, about, you know what I mean, skill, about, you know, I know why people laugh. Do you know why people laugh? Because if you don't know why people laugh, I don't think we should be talking about this particular form. So just like I'm like that with comedy, I was like, sports was more my love than comedy was. You know what I mean? But I also understand I had the gift for comedy, just like a lot of people in sports. There are people who made millions playing a sport that wasn't their favorite sport.
Yeah.
It's so many people is like, nah, I wanted to make it to the NBA, but the NFL had me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Antonio Gates didn't even play. He going into the Hall of Fame this year. This nigga didn't even play football.
He played basketball.
He
right?
played basketball.
It's not working out.
Yeah.
Yeah, basketball wasn't
trying
working
this.
out. This nigga just went to the combine and got it.
He went to the wrong gym that day. Like, what's this?
But me, we don't even know if this nigga even watched football growing up. He was a basketball guy. So my introduction to sports is boxing. I'm a huge boxing guy. And then then it's football. I didn't watch basketball, and that was another reason why I study basketball the way I do. I didn't get into basketball until I was about 12 years old, the Allen Iverson effect. So I had to go back and research, and the nerd in me, I research everything. And I get all these numbers and I go, what do these numbers mean? Because numbers is my thing too, but I'm a puzzle person. Is this 24 points like this 24 points? Because scoring 24 points is the second option on the team versus scoring 24 points on a losing team and you're the best player. That's not the same 24 points.
So ain't.
This nigga shot 38 times to get his 24 points.
That is not a good 24.
Yeah, he had to get his 24 within the flow of the offense. On less shots, he had to be significantly more efficient. Now, this dude might get doubled and triple teamed more than this guy, but this guy probably wouldn't get 24 on his 12 shots a game. You know what I mean? So It's like, it's when people have conversations about numbers, I was like, but did you watch it? You got to do everything. You got to watch the game. You got to have, because there's context and nuance and everything. And so being this type of person and somebody goes, oh, you don't know it because you ain't play it. I was like, that's disingenuous. There's a lot of niggas who play it, don't really know nothing about it. They play it because it's fun and they're good at it.
Right. Have you seen? Okay, go on.
Have you seen the CBS top 10 list that from the 21st century?
Nah, let's do it.
Okay. Number 10, Dirk Nowitzki. Number 9, Kevin Garnett. Number 8, Kevin Durant. Number 7, Giannis. Number 6, Kobe Bryant. Number 5, Shaq. Number 4, Jokic. Number 3, Tim Duncan. Number 2, Steph Curry. Number 1, LeBron James.
The Jokic one. That's the one.
There's so much disrespect on this list.
It's absolutely
wild.
horrible.
It's wild.
This is crazy.
It's
Who put
wild.
this out?
CBS.
They need to
wildly
be fired.
CBS.
CBS needs to be
It's
fired.
wildly disrespectful.
Shaq and Kobe could just go
Jokic needs to go back.
way
Yeah,
up
wait.
there.
He made the list?
He's 4.
That
Over
is
Shaq.
crazy.
He's over Shaq.
No, he's over Kobe.
Yeah, but I got Shaq over Kobe. So
You got Shaq over Kobe.
I'm going to tell you why I have Shaq over Kobe.
You got to remember, Kobe played 20 years, 19 years. 19 years.
But the reason I have Shaq over Kobe is because when they were together, Shaq got he was the guy. He was the guy when they were together.
For sure.
So that's why I have Shaq over Kobe. I do not have, and this is the funny part, I am not a Kobe guy by any stretch of the imagination. I have him over Jokic. Even though Jokic has more MVPs and things of that nature, his stat line looks better than Kobe's. But Kobe may be the most skilled player to ever touch a basketball.
First of all, the amount of jokes that Shaq and Kobe only have one MVP is ridiculous. And
Yeah.
they were like handing out. They were trying to spread it around the league or something stupid.
Tim Duncan
like,
and Kevin Garnett deserve theirs, though. I do think
over them.
I think it's the Steve Nash ones.
The Steve Nash ones hurt.
The Steve Nash ones where I was like, what is happening?
Hurt.
Yeah, but I still don't think Tim Duncan was ever individually better than Shaquille O'Neal if they're playing in the same season.
But that was the thing. There's a lot of Kobe fans that go, Tim Duncan got Kobe's, now he got Shaq's MVPs. Kobe was just playing at the wrong time a lot of times. It was a big man league.
I thought Kobe was outperforming Shaq in those finals.
You thought he was outperforming 34-17 and 4?
The only thing about that is Kobe wouldn't been open if it wasn't for Shaquille O'Neal.
I think sometimes that's why I say it goes back to watching it, that something is lost. Because if you say, man, Kobe averaged 34 and Shaq averaged 34. Shaq averaged 34 while the entire team is trying to stop him from scoring. Yo, you had there's guys right now who are 7 feet tall who can't chew gum and walk at the same time, but they got $10 million because they needed more people to come foul Shaq. You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody is drafting for Jokic.
Yeah.
But there were whole guys who were getting careers.
The disrespect on Jokic, though, coming from you guys is crazy because he's definitely a great fucking player.
He's a great player.
No.
This is not better than Shaq
I
or Kobe.
only named 2 guys to put in front of him. I haven't said any.
Who's 3?
Who? Wait, where Jokic was number
4.
Name everybody under him.
Shaq, Kobe,
all your favorite players.
Giannis, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki.
God, he might beat out Dirk, but that's it for me.
He's better than Giannis. He has more MVPs, same amount of championships.
I have a question for you because this is I think Dirk is better than Garnett because as the number 1 option, he won more.
I can't say that because Kevin Garnett was he was a great defender. Defensive Player of the Year level defender and a MVP candidate. And that Minnesota team wasn't winning because the Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs existed. You drop Jokic in the West at that time, he don't get no rings either. You were not getting rings when the Lakers and the San Antonio Spurs were there. You just wasn't getting it. It just wasn't happening. You needed more than Latrell Sprewell and Sam Cassell to get that done, and Wally Zerbiak. They were good. That isn't enough. It just isn't enough. And but Kevin Garnett, what Kevin Garnett was, I think he's everything Dirk Nowitzki was offensively, and I don't mean the same game offensively, but you couldn't stop Kevin Garnett's mid-range. You couldn't stop Kevin Garnett at the rim, But he also added that element of intimidation that Dirk Nowitzki had the year that he won that title. That year, couldn't nobody do nothing with Dirk.
Also, he's way more athletic, way faster, way better.
He just adds different things to the game. That's why I like Jokic, and Jokic isn't a bad defender, but is he a Giannis level defender? No, he's not even close.
Literally everything else.
He's a better shooter. He's not better at the rim than Giannis. I don't know how many people in the history of the game is better.
Jokic over Giannis?
Absolutely. Every time.
Get the fuck out of here.
Every time.
I think it's an easy conversation to have because they're not playing against each other. But if them two ever bet the finals, you'd see what Giannis is. Giannis is a whole other problem. Is a problem. It's so.
Everybody says that, and there's so many videos of Joker taking it to everybody in the league.
No. What I'm saying is
Giannis wouldn't be able to. Joker wouldn't be able to keep up with Giannis.
What I'm saying is,
they don't play that way.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think if Milwaukee ended up playing against Denver, and Milwaukee went small ball and put Giannis at the 5, there's nothing you can do with Joker in any capacity, right? Nothing. But having Joker have the assignment of guarding Giannis and Giannis going downhill every single play, I think Jokic breaks before Giannis breaks.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think
Serbian breaking. I don't
Jokic blows a lot of leads.
I don't think y'all know where he's like.
No. I think you're looking at it. You're looking at it.
He's the place where they light fires inside the stadiums. I think you talking about breaking.
No,
he's he wouldn't be able to keep up with
physically.
The pace.
I think before
he's talking about banging against him and getting broke down.
I think it's it's not just banging against him. It's just like once you get to a point, so you love Michael Jordan, right?
He's the best player ever.
See, exactly.
Stop the debate
so
there.
this is what I mean whenever I say Michael Jordan just flat out overwhelmed people at times. It didn't matter how tough you were. It was just like you get to a point where you're like, man, I can't do nothing with this dude. We're trying everything. And I think...
Yeah, but that's what Joker does to people.
No, but
Giannis can only dunk on you and play down low. What does Giannis do besides
But this
that?
is what I'm saying. You're looking at it...
You scared of Giannis's jumper? Mm-hmm. You scared of Giannis's free throws? You scared of Giannis's three-pointer?
But
what
this is what Giannis does. This is what Giannis does.
I don't know what you mean by scared.
But this is how scared they are of Giannis in the paint. They'll make a whole halo with all 5 players
all day
in the paint and let his teammates shoot the ball.
But that's one thing. Joker has everything else.
See, you're doing this thing with comparison of skills, and I'm gonna show you where that is kind of disingenuous, right? Just because I used to be that way. When I saw Shaq dunk on everybody, there's this assumption that that's the only thing he can do because he's so dominant at doing it. But it ain't until Shaq gets in foul trouble when they start calling the flops as offensive fouls. That's when he starts showing you the footwork. He starts showing you the hook shot. He starts showing you the off the glass and everything. I think Giannis is so dominant going toward the rim. People forget his mid-range is not awful. It's the long ball that's awful.
Right.
Giannis is averaging 30-plus points a game. Every single year. You don't do that because you only can do one thing well. It's just the one thing that I'm doing well, there's nothing you can do to stop it. And the reason why Joker is so good at many things, because he doesn't have a one thing that's dominant. He's not fast enough to blow by you. He's not strong enough and athletic enough. He's strong. He's super strong. But he's not strong and athletic enough to bully ball you to death. You know what I mean? He doesn't run the floor. He runs the floor great for someone his size. He has great vision to pass the ball, but he has to have great vision to pass the ball because that threat keeps people from that's the threat that keeps people from double teaming him.
But he still be averaging damn near 30 and 10 and 10 and 6.
Yes.
And like the dude's a monster.
Yeah. Filling up the stat sheet is a wonderful thing too. This is a guy named Russell Westbrook
he got the
who used
same
to do
amount
that
of chips
too.
as Giannis. But he got a chip. You can't say that about Joker. He got a chip.
I'm gonna compare two dudes who don't have chips. I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that Russell Westbrook is better than CP3.
No, not. What do you mean?
But his stat line would suggest. Hold on,
I want to go back and revert my statement because Russell Westbrook is better than CP3.
See? And I don't think that at all.
I think CP3 is one of the most overrated players of all time.
I'm definitely going. I know what you're saying by running the team, by making those passes. It's just hard to skip over Russell.
No. What I'm saying is Russ gets disrespected. The reason I'm bringing him up with CP3 because I think he deserves to be mentioned with him. I'm going to tell you the type of people they name with Russell that doesn't make any sense. Derrick Rose. They'll go, they're comparable. They're not comparable. Russ was significantly better than Derrick Rose.
Well, he's definitely more durable.
Yeah.
Are we talking about 1 year or are we talking about career?
Just go.
I'm just talking about durability.
We're talking about the best year.
Derrick Rose's best year isn't better than Russ's seventh best year. Is what I'm saying. Russ was a whole nother level. See, but you see what I'm saying. So, but why?
But see,
why?
You fell into his trap because I know he know the stats. See, that's why I left you below when he said it.
Stats
it's a trap.
You can set up all the stats you want. You saw.
But why did you bring him up? If it was
a trap. I knew it from day one.
So why did you bring up stats if you can see them as comparable when the stats don't match.
No, stats, Westbrook has him by far. But if you're giving me one player at their best, like they're not going to get injured, Derrick Rose is one of the...
He got locked up by LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Locked up. Watch the series again. There is no lockup of Russell Westbrook in the history. Only one person can stop Russ, and it's Russ. It's Russ. Yeah. And no one ever stopped CP3. So it was not even CP3 could stop CP3.
The biggest CP3 fan. I think he's the most overrated player ever.
Yeah, that's why they call him the point guard. So terrible at what he does.
What has he ever won?
What has he ever won?
Did he win in college?
Yeah, you're right.
Did he
Barkley
win in the
sucks
pros?
too.
North Carolina.
You're right. Barkley sucks too. So does Malone. So does Stockton. So yeah, there's a lot of guys who's just trash.
Just saying, CP3.
Yeah, Wilt Chamberlain, all that dominance.
He's been on a lot of good teams.
He only got 2 rings.
CP3 been on a lot of stacked teams.
But he's also he was injury prone too.
Of those teams,
I think a lot of the reason why those teams were good was because he was the point guard.
Right.
You replace him with somebody else, you'll see the deficiencies of that. But you'll see the deficiencies of that team once he's not there.
You know what I wanted to ask you? So I know you love sports, obviously.
Derrick Rose better than CP3.
What?
Let's just move on.
You know what else I was going to ask you? Did you see the move that Arenas just made? Did you notice it? Did you catch it?
What, the football one?
The football one.
I know
and it seemed like they changed, because I know you know Arenas, and that's the reason why.
They changed the name of the channel.
They changed the name of the channel, too. So I'm like, he joined forces with Skip, another
Aqib Talib.
Yeah, he joined forces.
I'm happy for Gil.
It seemed like there was a big deal, and I was looking for the deal online, and I can't find it.
So, shout out to my dude Gil. We talked about it before it happened. I wanted to be a part of it, but I understand, like, we just live in a time where people go names. So my name doesn't carry the weight of a Skip Bayless or a Jay Gruden or a Aqib Talib.
That's exactly those are the people.
So I get that, and I'm super happy for Gil. I wonder about the entertainment value, right? Because all of those names are respected names, but I don't think any of them can bring the entertainment value of a Nick or a Rashad. I think what makes Gil's Arena so amazing is how ridiculous they can be at times.
Absolutely. So are they getting rid of I thought this was just football.
This is just football.
So are they getting rid of the
what
basket?
I'm saying is I think they're trying to recreate Gil's Arena for football as well. And I think they missed the mark, but this is the thing. And I've talked about this before, on my platform, is you can't take money from people and think they're not going to have a say.
Yeah, exactly. Because it seemed like Underdog is in full control over this.
They're not in full control, but they do have a say.
What I noticed when it says produced by Underdog.
You see what I'm saying?
So when I seen that, I was like, it's going to be, now you have to answer to all the people that's running ads there. You can't do certain things. You can't say certain things. And I think that was the thing that made Arenas so special, is that he spoke freely about everything with the disregard of whoever would be upset about it or whatever.
Yes, and that's what builds that's the thing. That's the hardest thing, right? For anybody who builds something. Because I built it, I did it, and they're like, man, here's this absorbent check.
Right.
We want to work with you.
It must have been really big for him to do that.
Shout out to my nigga Gil.
They have not mentioned how big that check is, and I looked everywhere and I couldn't find it.
Shout out to Gil, man. I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm so proud of you. So That's in any form of entertainment. People do not like handing out checks and not having a say. So whenever they're going to have a say, I just hope that, like, when it comes to this football one, and I might call Gil and tell him this, but you got to rile them up. You got to rile them up because it's got to be personality driven. That's what the fact that Rashad McCants is the worst hooper on that show, but talks like he was better than everybody on that show. And he takes shots at the best players and stuff like that. And then Kenyon Martin wants to beat up everybody. He just can't stop looking like he wants to punch somebody in the face.
Right.
And when Nick is going to say the dumbest thing you've ever heard in your life,
right?
Not because he's playing a role of somebody who says dumb stuff. He really just says dumb things. But he's a guy who can speak from experience.
Right.
And he has great takes at times. He has really great takes at times. So he's not like an imbecile.
Right.
He's just a dude you like.
He's funny.
He's funny.
Right.
He's just funny. He's like, Nick, that was really dumb to say.
So are they getting rid of the basketball part?
No, they're just not in basketball season.
So the other people are going to come back?
For sure.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
I was just trying to see what was going on.
It's just hard to, when basketball season isn't around, it was just like, why not get another check? You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Basketball season is done. What are you going to talk about? But if you can find a way to get football, listen, if they do football and it does half as many views as Gil's Arena,
right?
That's a success.
Gambling too.
That's a success. But I think that hurt the rollout.
Yeah, the gambling?
The getting in trouble thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like the gambling underdog is a gambling thing. I think the rollout would have been grandiose. I think the rollout would have been even better. I don't know this for sure. Maybe they rolled it out exactly how they wanted to. I would have done it differently.
They changed the name of the YouTube channel now. It's called The Arena.
Yeah.
So it's not Gil's Arena anymore.
I mean, that's part of the deals. It just is what it is. Look, I'm about to drop.
That's a different one.
I'm about to drop my special on somebody else's platform. You know what I mean? There are people who are going to watch it and then go, oh, man, this is amazing. And then they're going to subscribe to Ali's platform. To me, that's a win still for what it is that I'm trying to do. I would love for people who don't necessarily know who Ali is to check out everything on his page and see how amazing he is.
He's funny.
You see what I'm saying? So
he's funny.
So whenever you make, just because things change or it's directed in another direction doesn't mean that it isn't part of the overall plan or that it's a bad thing. I think it becomes a bad thing whenever you have to wonder if this is a sellout situation. Are we going to lose the thing that we love? Right. And we don't know if we're going to lose the thing that we love until Gil's Arena comes back around. Now, if Gil's Arena comes back around and they go, oh, no, we want to change this too, then you got to start looking at, like, what did I do?
Yeah.
What did I do? But
I think that's where it's going to get really tricky from. But I noticed he didn't give up his Instagram. So I think there's still some hope there that things won't change. But I'm curious to see this football season because that's really not his expertise.
It's not. So that was the conversation. That's why me and him that made the conversation interesting. I was like, how much do you know about football? He was like, And but he never pretended to.
Hi, this is Michael Cooper, and you listen to TFU Podcast.
I'm down 162 pounds in 6 months, and it feels great. Looking at myself in the mirror is a trip. I marvel at myself now because I'm like, man, I've done this in 6 months. 6 months is not that long ago.
I started this program back on July 1st at 288.5 pounds. Today I weighed in at 184. When I first got here, I was sad and depressed and stressed out. Over time, I regained my self-esteem, my willpower, my determination, and those things have helped me to grow and become happier with myself and in life.
Use code TFU10 for a discount on the full body cleanse.
All right, man. Speaking about big checks, looks like the Clippers about to get in trouble. You heard about this?
No.
Oh, you don't know about this?
Yeah, heard about
So,
it? Yeah,
Kawhi Leonard reportedly paid $28 million for no-show job with the Clippers.
basically they went around the cap space and they're paying him like $28 million on some investment shit outside of the Clippers shit.
So they don't have to pay him.
So they don't have to pay him his
contract.
salary. And now they're going to be docked like draft picks and fucking all type of shit. And maybe even they can't win a ship. Even if they win a ship, who knows? But what you think about this outcome?
I never thought a team would get caught.
The last team that got caught, Minnesota, with Joe Smith, they voided his contract, and I think they lost 5 first-round picks.
I think it happens all the time, but I thought usually bring endorsement deals. They like, okay, if you come to LA, we're gonna have Nike give you a deal.
That's what it
and
is.
it's gonna be worth $20 million.
That's what the
and then
Cowboys
it makes
would
it
do.
legal. I never heard of the team actually.
Well, they fucked
fronting
up
the money. Yeah,
They fucked up. They were like, "This, we're just gonna create a whole business and do it." But
that's wild.
Yeah, that was dumb. The Cowboys allegedly, whenever the Dallas Cowboys have a lot of deals outside of the rest of the league for that reason. Like the league would always be like, "Oh no, we're this is what we're doing." NFL on Fox happened because of the Cowboys. The Cowboys, Jerry Jones would be like, "Who said we only got to do business with these people?" So they had a Nike deal before everybody. That helped the Deion Sanders deal. Then they have the Pepsi deal. Like Pepsi was sponsoring just Cowboy athletes for a while, you know. So it's like, oh no, your contract, you know, Tony Romo, we can't pay you that. You can be the face of Pepsi though.
Elite Pepsi drinks, getting us to be the best players in the league.
Yeah,
It's this soda.
Every ex-QB for the Dallas Cowboys gets a job on TV.
you see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's just,
it does seem that way.
yeah. So it's for me, it's just like a. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be ways around the cap. I'm just surprised they got caught. There's no doubt in my mind that teams do stuff like that. It makes sense to do stuff like that, especially if you want to compete.
Apparently, he asked for like $18-20 million in Toronto too when they were trying to get him to stay there. He asked for that shit outside the deal too.
Gilbert Arenas was talking about how he went to go sign a new deal, and they were like, "We don't have the money to keep you." But there are some cars right there in the front of the building. If you would like to, I don't know, take them home with you.
I gotta be a lot of cars.
He said it was like 4.
Yeah, I think it was 4. I heard him talking about
Hopefully
it.
a duffel bag full of money,
And
too.
his agent was like, no.
Yeah.
Said, don't be a nigger. You could with the money that the Wizards is about to pay you, you could just buy those
the cars. Yeah.
You could just buy the cars.
Speaking of that deal, the other way one went down. You heard about John Elway's deal he turned down?
Oh, yeah, I did hear
John
about that.
Elway, back when the Broncos owner was like, bro, I don't really got...
I think it was $15 million.
I don't got this type of money to pay you right now, but what we could do is you defer this $11 million and you give us like another 12 or 13, and we're going to give you 20% of the Broncos.
Absolutely. It definitely was something like that.
20% of the Broncos. And he was like, fuck no, give me my bread. 20% of the Broncos worth $1 billion today.
Yeah.
It was
that
something
would
like
hurt.
a $30 million investment on his end, and it wasn't even money he had. It was money he just had to defer and like let go.
Yeah.
Or 20% of the Broncos.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he messed that one
His
up.
net worth right now is like a nice, cool 160, but it's not $1 billion.
It's not a Billy. And it ain't going nowhere. Football ain't going nowhere.
20% of an NFL team is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
You a big fan of the NFL?
Yeah. Not as much as I used to be. They lost me with the Kaepernick thing.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Today is the 15th, whatever anniversary of like to the day of Kaepernick taking a knee. It was like
Is it
today or
really?
yesterday. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
So how did they lose you with the Kaepernick thing?
Because I am a 49ers fan. This is how I feel about sports at times. If I'm a fan, right, I'm ordering the NFL Sunday ticket package. I'm buying jerseys. I'm buying tickets to games. I'm emotionally invested in the outcomes of these games. And you, as an owner, the best possible quarterback we got, he's not well liked right now because they don't like his political position. You rather cut him and tank for years, not even compete. We not even gonna compete. We were what? Like we went to 3 NFC championships in that time.
A Super Bowl, like 5 years.
And a Super Bowl, yeah, like we're right here where we're at a point where we're competing still. And you just rather be like, nah, because it's gonna hurt our ticket sales, or you know what I mean? It became more about capitalism than it did about the sport.
True.
And that's what pissed me off. Because if you're like, because there's so many players who have done really fucked up stuff, like committed actual crimes.
Right.
But as long as you don't piss people off in their beliefs, it's fine. You can beat your woman, you can do cocaine, you can run people over in your car. You know what I mean? You can be tied to murder.
Yeah. I think that's the difference between the NFL and the NBA. The NBA, I think they would have approached the Kaepernick thing completely different. I think they may have embraced it.
Oh yeah, with the Black Lives Matter during the pandemic season.
Yeah, I think they would just had a different approach.
But for me, this is the thing. Even if they said, because then it makes me, once you start being like the money is more important than the sport, now I start questioning everything. I start questioning outcomes, the games.
Yeah.
I start questioning it. When the money changes your decision making, it makes me start to look at the sport like, how many games do y'all rig? Because it's going to make y'all more money. How many times did a team could have gotten this player to get them over the hump, but they didn't do it because of whatever reason? But I just like, for me, sports is sports. It's just guys lining up. I'm a beat you at this. Coaches out coaching the other coach. And that's all I wanted sports to be. And then it turned into something else. And people can say, well, Kaepernick the one turned it into something else. No, he didn't. He wasn't even doing anything. He was just on the end of the bench, not standing. Yeah, that's it. He was just on the end of the bench.
He was actually not doing something.
Yeah, he was just not standing. And then they were like, and then someone was like, hey, man. It was actually someone from the military was like, hey, man, the not standing junk isn't cool or whatever. And he talked to the guy, had a conversation with him. He was like, what about kneeling? He said, I can respect kneeling because kneeling is still a sign of respect. And that's why he was kneeling. He already checked and talked to people to make sure he wasn't disrespecting the troops or he was just like, right now, I'm not feeling real patriotic, but I don't want to disrespect the people who, fight for this country or have, you know what I mean? I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody, but I do want to express myself. Free speech in a country that's supposedly that's their thing.
I would imagine the reason the NFL approaches it differently than the NBA is that the NFL has a lot bigger white fan base.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was waiting on somebody to jump out there. I was like, I'm gonna keep trying this layup, see if somebody.
I didn't know if we were gonna keep dancing around the racial issue.
Because it's just like, and it isn't even like just racial. It's a certain sector of racial.
Yeah.
It's Southern. Southerners love football.
Yep.
But they don't necessarily love basketball. So you don't cater to them in other sports. But football, the South runs football. And those are the people that are, they don't want you touching their things. They're just really particular about that. NASCAR too. They just don't want you touching their things. They're.
Speaking of the South and NASCAR, y'all see that Druski video?
Yep.
That's some good makeup.
Yeah, that's
one of the best. That's one of the best makeup jobs.
That is crazy makeup.
It's one of the best makeup jobs I've ever seen. It is the best makeup job I've ever seen for a social media post.
Yeah.
I was like, who did you get?
Yeah.
Whoever did. Oh, listen. I'm gonna tell you the crazy part. When I first saw the video, it was tagged like, "Is this Druski?" Right? I didn't even see it from Druski's page. I don't follow Druski. I saw a post like on Twitter that was like, "Is this supposed to be Druski?" And I thought they were making fun of a white guy
who looked like Druski.
Druski.
Right.
It wasn't until I was halfway through the video I was like, "Wait, nigga, this is Druski." Whoever did this, make the tan lines, every sunburn, and everything. It was fantastic. It was one of the best makeup jobs I've ever seen in my life, man. I just saw a video and someone pointed out that Theo Vaughn said, "Oh, does anybody know how to do a Jerry curl? I feel a Jerry curl coming on. Like he's gonna do something similar in reverse." He's not. He ain't that stupid. But he ain't that stupid.
Yeah.
Trust me. It's a lot of people like because
I don't even want to get into blackface be the same as black everything?
Because this is the thing. Because
what's his name did it in
Robert Downey. Yeah, but you see the difference. Robert Downey Jr. If you get mad at what Robert Downey Jr. did, then you don't really understand the nuance. Robert Downey Jr. wasn't just being a black guy. He was the supreme appropriator. He was an Australian playing an American white guy who was dressed as an African American. You know, I'm the dude playing the dude that's playing the dude. Like he is like he is. They're making fun of every like you could. It's bad. It's not. It's bad enough that you got a white guy playing a black guy, but you have an Australian dude playing a white guy. In he's never playing himself. He's literally taking jobs from everybody in America. But at the same time, they had conversations around blackface in the movie. That's different. That's all nuance and context. That's what made that character so great. I think it was done responsibly. But it has to be done responsibly. You know, what made it funny is like Robert Downey Jr. was a method actor. His character was a method actor. He didn't know he wasn't black. Yeah. That's what makes it. It's not like, oh, I'm doing a character. Like it was this guy who just like Brandon T. Jackson is like when they say cut, he's walking up to him and going, "I don't like what you're doing," and he's like, "We got to look out for each other." Because he won't break in because he's a method actor. He don't know that he's not black. That's how into his character he gets. That's different than just like doing something where you feel like you're making fun of another race. And Druski has done plenty of like frat content, white country boy content, or whatever. I don't know the reason. I couldn't tell you the reason why he decided to literally turn himself into a white guy. Maybe he, knew this makeup artist, saw their work and was like, "Oh, I want to, show off your stuff." Or maybe he's trying to show more range or something like that. Druski doesn't cross me as a thoughtful person in his humor. And it's not a knock on him, but I don't remember seeing him doing anything where you like, "Oh man, you see what Druski did? It looked like this, but what he was really doing was that." It's not that. He just it's straight line humor.
Right.
It's straight line humor all the time. So I think I could always give him benefit of the doubt. Like if he did something that was offensive, I wouldn't ever think that there was any intention about it. But to be a white person and not know blackface is kind of irresponsible. At least it's kind of irresponsible because the backlash has been so loud. Yeah. You know, but there was the backlash for white chicks isn't that. It's considered a classic. Yeah. So, I mean, like, if white people want to have a problem with whiteface, cancel this nigga. Then I don't know. Show us that you really care, because black people really care about that shit, and blackface is attached to violence. It's attached to. There's a lot of like 1,000. It was never. There's one thing to imitate a group of people. There's another thing to like do just the worst kind of stereotypes and paint them to be these awful people. Nobody ever did blackface and was like, I'm imitating. Like, they're
like a regular person.
Yeah, like a regular black person. I'm not doing a regular black person. I'm doing, like, they do blackface and just, like, act like savages. And that's not, you know what I mean? That's not what that is. So it was always this violence, and it was like, violence came from blackface. People literally watching these minstrel shows or whatever, they would use that to justify people being violent toward black people. It's like, look how they act. I was like, it's not even us. It's like, it was nuts. Like, the history behind it is nuts. I don't think any black people are watching Druski's sketch and go, yeah, you see, yeah, that's how white people are. It's like, that's a white guy. And it was proud to be American. It was the proud to be American at NASCAR white dude.
Yeah.
He was spitting at the feet of black people too. In this game.
What did I just tell you about NASCAR and football, dog? What did I just tell you about NASCAR and football? They don't like when you touch their shit, and that is a thing. There's plenty of white people who are in these spaces that have no problem with anybody. They'll embrace the shit out of you if you have common interests. If you love NASCAR, man, let's have beer together. You know what I mean? One of the speedways is in my hometown. I grew up around it. But to act like you don't see a bunch of black guys just jump into NASCAR like that. You think niggas can't drive? Niggas can drive. It gets kind of difficult whenever you're navigating a space where you're not very welcome. You're not welcome in that space. One of the things that, and I think if a white guy does a sketch, right, and he's the only white guy at a party full of black people, and he's uncomfortable. If I'm a black person watching that, I'm not like, why the fuck is he uncomfortable? Why in the sketch black people treat? Because niggas might treat you weird if you're the only white person in the room, nigga. That's what happens. I don't like being disingenuous, like in every group of people. It's very difficult because people are so tribal in nature, right? Like that when you go somewhere and you're the only person of your culture in that room, you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it. Because there are people who will welcome you, and then there's people who are not going to be so welcoming. So to act like the not so welcoming people don't exist is disingenuous too. But acting like the welcoming people don't exist is super disingenuous. Like, NASCAR isn't racist, but a lot of racists love NASCAR. Football isn't racist, but a lot of racists love football.
Would you say wrestling falls in the NASCAR football?
Damn, maybe.
Like WWE wrestling?
WWE wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, both wrestling.
Yeah, but like
all wrestling.
Yeah, but winning brings stuff together. You know what I mean? If you're a black guy and you're dominating, and like if you're dominating for Minnesota,
yeah, definitely.
And that's my alum. Yeah, Minnesota's like, yeah, that's my favorite nigga. So that's but what I'm saying is, and football is that way. Football, they'll be like, I don't like black guys, but I love that Terrell Owens. You know, so for me, it's just like, and this is the thing. There's black people like that. There's black people who don't hang around no white people, don't want to be around them, nothing. Got all Eminem's albums. So it's just, you know what funny. I mean? People make concessions for whatever they want to make concessions for. I just don't want to act like all these. There's nuance. There's no umbrella you can put all people under. There's always people they have their biases. Like being a black man, I know there's a lot of black people who, like, their parents are not going to be okay with them bringing home anybody who isn't black. But that's like that. There's religions that are like that.
I have it in my house.
There's cultures that's like that.
If I bring a girl that can't speak Spanish, it's not that they're gonna still treat her nice, but they're gonna feel like, damn, I cannot even talk Spanish.
You didn't even bring somebody home.
Is that
your mom or your dad? Your dad probably don't care.
My dad don't care.
Yeah, your mom, she like,
damn, I gotta change.
This bitch?
It's usually the parent that's the same gender of whoever you're bringing home that's gonna have the issue.
Okay.
Yeah, the other parent is because I think people want their children to bring a version of them home, like if you bring somebody home that doesn't look or anything like you, it's like, damn, you didn't want nobody like me. Did I do something wrong?
Right.
What's wrong with somebody like me?
Yeah,
but
yes, I don't have that mother thing.
I ain't want to date my moms.
So blackface could come back now if it's done right with nuance.
It can anything can be. This is
white
the thing about comedy.
Blackface?
Yeah. The only blackface that can come back is Robert Downey Jr.
No, this is what
round 2 of Tropics.
Nah, I think blackface can be
go well.
You have to be a genius, and the conversation around the bit.
You guys want to try it?
Yeah.
The TFU?
Yeah.
Hey, John.
The conversation around it has to be, one, it has to be funny to black people. It has to be more funny to black people than it is to white people. If white people laugh harder, you're dead. You're dead. Black people, the white people have to go, I don't get it. You can do blackface and white people are like, I don't get it, and black people are like dying laughing. Then you can get that's what I'm saying. That's the beauty of comedy. That's the thing I love with comedy. There are going to be people who watch that and be like, no, under no circumstances. Well, you don't get comedy. You don't get comedy the way I do. You can get away with anything in comedy. You just got to have the right cocktail, the right ingredients to the cocktail. Like people
what would be the ingredient?
Quaaludes.
Yeah. I think under the right circumstances, this is how you.
How would you do?
How would I do blackface?
If you're writing a movie, you're directing it.
If I would do a movie like this, I would do a movie where there's a kid, he goes to a PWI. He gets kicked out of school. Nobody is picking him back up. He transfers to a HBCU doing blackface. And he's getting in there just to get in there. And then he has his like preconceived notions of what black people are. And he ends up learning about the Divine Nine. It changes his whole perspective of what black people are. And he leaves that, and they find out that he's white, and he's been doing blackface and all of that. And there's the part of the movie that,
everyone who liked him doesn't like him anymore
or whatever. And then there's that moment of, forgiveness, and where he goes back to where he comes from, and he is like an ally now because of his experience. And you can make that movie funny throughout. I think you'll get away with the blackface then, because then it's like it'll shed light on black people in a positive way. And you can still make it funny without making fun of black people. You can actually have him acting stereotypical to what he think black people are, and everybody on campus will be like, this nigga's weird, bro. Like, nobody acts like that. Like, that part of it, if you can make that part of it funny, then I think you can get away with it, because there's a lot of people who understand nuance and it's like, oh no, this movie is going to do good in the world. It's gonna make people not see black people as a monolith. That's been the problem with blackface.
Man, it has to be a really good actor.
It has to be a really good actor. It has to be
a really good actor.
It has to be a really good. And you have to be okay with the thought that this is it. If this doesn't land,
I can see a lot of white people be like, yeah, I'm a pass on this one.
If it don't land, it is over.
Like, you had a childhood career, and this might either break you or you just have to end with that childhood career.
Chalamet. It's gonna take somebody as huge and like the people are ready to forget. But if you get the new, cause let me tell you something. I don't think Get Out was easy for white people. You know what I mean? It's like,
that shit was amazing.
But you see what I'm saying? There's some movies that's going to be hard for certain groups to stomach. You know what I mean? It's always gonna be that. And I don't believe in censoring art. I just feel like making responsible art.
Speaking of censoring art, an English teacher just got fired for reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and in To Kill a Mockingbird it says the N-word. Yeah. And he made it a point almost, though, to be like, no one should, if you're reading this book, you should be able to say it. And the students are over there say it then, say it.
He leaned into it.
And then he read it. I don't know if he leaned in. I didn't hear him say it. But he is now fired for reading To Kill a Mockingbird word for word in his class.
It was like
said it crazy.
He's like, he was on trial and they said, this nigger
it's like
he killed somebody. Fire that dude. But but there is some responsibility. If they told you it's not in your best interest to say it, just say N-word. And all your students can see it. Y'all are reading along together. They all see the word.
And who were the students? You know, was it a group full of white kids?
Yeah.
Was it you know what I mean? What school were you in? And who?
All that
apparently
stuff matters.
The students were like egging him on, like, in a sense, though. I wouldn't know if to say egging him on, but like they were like, "Oh, well, say it then," because he kept saying like, "Well, you should be able to read it, whatever, blah blah blah."
See, that was him. And it was, you should be able to read it. Is BS, dog. It's BS. You should be able to read it in your mind. You can read in your head all day. No one's stopping you from saying it in your head. Like, nobody's. Why do you want to say it so bad? I know why I say it. Tastes delicious, but I don't. Nah, people get mad at me. They're like, "You say it too much." I get to say it. It's a lot of shit I don't get. That I don't get.
You think there's a lot of white people that want to say nigga?
Yeah, they say it too. What do you mean? No, the ones that want to say it, they just always testing who they can say it around. They always test who they can say it around.
I don't ever understand why you would want to say it as a white person.
Either. I don't either.
Because it's like a.
Listen.
There's no like end of a sentence where I would want to be like, to end my sentence.
And
you know what I mean? Because it's just not
lay into it.
It's not for me. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it's like that.
In other cultures that if they like embraced it amongst themselves, I wouldn't start calling myself that or calling my friends that, and we're not of that culture. Yeah. I don't understand why that doesn't land.
Hip hop and lyrics and music and people wanting to.
Cool. Man, you know how many cool Mexicans I know? I don't use their lingo. I don't use none of their slang, what they call each other or what they like.
Spanish people get a pass though. Mexican people get a pass.
They don't. No? They don't.
Seem as though
they just not right. They're not around the right niggas. They are around. They are.
Well, what about like Fat Joe?
Yeah, Fat Joe should stop saying it.
Damn.
I judge every nigga that's around Fat Joe that don't check him. I judge every last one of them. Fat Joe is a white man. I don't think people understand.
Wait, is Fat Joe Puerto Rican?
And Cuban.
Not any.
And he's and this is the thing about race. There's 3 races. There's 3.
Black, white, and everything else?
Chinese?
No, black, white, Asian. That's it. That's all of them. So when you're saying I can say it because I'm Latinx, and I'm like, it's not a race. That's a culture. And that culture isn't tied to that word. Because you being from Puerto Rico, you know, y'all have the whole spectrum of skin color there. Y'all have the whole culture of race, the whole like spectrum of hair texture, skin color. There's people in Puerto Rico that sunburn, and there's niggas in Puerto Rico that's just, they black, look just like me. So they have it all. So that's the thing with race. It's like and Fat Joe is a white man.
So can the light-skinned Puerto Rican not say it, and the dark-skinned Puerto Rican can?
Should, because they have
both Puerto Rican.
Because black people are oppressed everywhere, right? Black people are oppressed everywhere. Yeah. There's not too many cultures that's not black dominant where black people are just living it up. That's not how it goes. And if you go to the poorest parts of most countries, that's where they keep their black people.
That's how Puerto Rico is.
Damn.
Oh, that's why when they act like racism is just an American thing. No, just go travel. They put all, and then there's some people, and I could tell people that, and they can hear that, and they'll go, I guess black people just like being poor everywhere. Yeah, you don't think it's any system that's making that happen. You believe that their skin color is causing them to be in the poorest sections in every corner of the planet? No, racism is just prevalent in that way. And if you're in, so you can get the full black oppressive experience and not speak a lick of English. And they've treated you like that through your country. I meet you and you say, I resonate with you. This is my experience and our experiences align. Say it.
Well, here's my same question I like to ask is like the whole history of like everyone came from Africa evolutionary wise. Mm-hmm. Most people came from black people, all this. How did the white man take over? How did they get on top?
No moral.
He's a demon.
That's what I don't understand, and no one has an answer.
No one has an answer. That's crazy. I'll give you an answer.
What's the answer?
Inherently more violent than everybody else.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because we were kicked out of societies because we were kicked out of societies for our gross white skin and shunned off to the
I'll never say white people weren't treated poorly. Banned, they saw your white skin and banned you to the mountains to fucking, and they came back and was like, we ain't never gonna be at the bottom. We're never going. So that's what I'm saying. I understand it, but so I'll give you a perfect example, right? When you think of just science in general, right? Every time there's a scientific breakthrough, black people who have the scientific breakthrough look to heal. White people look to weaponize. Look at every scientific advancement. Oh my God, there's a new virus. How can we
weaponize that?
How can we put this in their food? As soon as they split an atom, they didn't think to save lives. Atom bomb.
Smallpox.
Yeah, smallpox. It's just, I don't know why, but that's what makes me laugh about the whole idea that black people are inherently more violent. Because I know white people get why black people appear violent. Because y'all watch The Walking Dead. You know, once there are limited resources, and that people will start to attack each other for the limited resources. But somehow they go, look at all these poor people killing each other. It's because of the skin. No, it's because there's one piece of food and 4 people. So something's got to give. If you put cats in a cage and don't feed them, one of them cats is going to get eaten by the other cats. And those cats other cats are not in their diet. But survival is the first instinct of any living thing. I gotta live. So through capitalism and through these systems that they've put into the world, you put these people in these spaces where they have to become responsible for their survival, and the enemy becomes people who look just like them.
So this brings me back to the point I was trying to get to the whole time, because I know how you love to say that everybody evolutionary wise would come from Africa, right? Mm-hmm. They just discovered a new set of teeth that apparently throws all that timeline off and puts the original people more in Greece and in the Middle East.
There's still, but that doesn't mean that black people weren't there.
I'm not saying I'm just telling you what I saw in science.
No, I understand what you're saying, but and then you're still never going to get around that black people produce dominant genes and recessive genes, and white people only can produce recessive
They only
genes.
can make white people. We can make everybody.
So you can never get around that. That's why scientists always say they already know the answer, where it came from. Now, the origin, it doesn't matter. That just means it was black people there.
I have a question, because recently I stumbled upon a theory about that the majority of the black people in America came from indigenous black people in the U.S. and they didn't come from West Africa.
They didn't come from the slave trade, is what is believed. The thing for me is, I think it's just a dumb argument. I think it's a dumb argument. I think if you believe that, cool. If you don't believe that, cool. That's the end of that conversation.
You think it basically doesn't change what's going on for us?
Yeah, because
I think what they're trying to get around to
is the same problems.
But I think what they're getting around to, black people, especially the people that want to say they're indigenous to the United States, is that, hey, we need the same benefits as the Indians.
That's right.
And I think that's the real point of it.
Yeah. And you know what's not going to happen? That. So why are we talking about it? That's what I don't like. That's what I'm saying. It just seems like a dumb conversation. Were the indigenous blacks not slaves? Niggas were slaves too. They lined you right beside Kunta and y'all was doing your thing. So until we talk about, how do you separate it too? How do you separate it? You're going to trust the government with your 23andMe? You're going to have them? You're going to have the government? You're going to, all black people going to come together and give the government collectively their DNA.
Terrible.
And you're going to give people who weaponize everything your DNA, they're going to find a virus that only hits you if you give them your DNA. That's why you can't do that.
There might be some truth to that.
It's the dumbest thing. I'm telling you.
They got your DNA.
No.
They got all of it.
They don't have mine.
They don't have it in mass. They don't have it in mass.
They don't have it all at once.
Yeah, they don't have it all at once. If all of us did it to where they could find like a comment, because they would just find one common thread and find something that attacks that. Yeah, our population is halfway down.
We still fighting for reparations.
White people don't have this gene.
Right.
So what can we do to this one?
They would just unload mosquitoes carrying it. In the hood. That's why we're so easy to attack too. They put us all in one area just in case they need to go ahead.
Smoke this area out.
Yeah, we just gonna smoke this area out. That's why they get so mad when niggas go outside the line. Like, what is he doing here?
And speaking of releasing shit, 33,000 Epstein files.
They finally found them?
33,000 files from Epstein released today.
What did they say?
It was released today.
I don't know. I didn't have a chance to read the shit. I came over here.
You want to know what it says? I'm gonna give one guess.
Trump was not here.
Redacted. He's a real estate agent. Redacted.
One line's out there is like, Trump was actually never here.
Yeah. For me, it's just like, Some stuff just be staring you in the face, man. It's just staring you in the face. They were like,
What, with all the pictures?
The Epstein files are not real. Then why is his assistant in jail, man? That don't even make sense. That's a terrible lie. That's a terrible lie. Why is she in prison then? Why would you not pardon her if it wasn't real? That's crazy.
You were bashing them and using them for your campaign the whole time.
And then you was time.
Like, what do you mean my name's in there?
Yeah,
Those don't exist.
That's the thing that's like nuts for me. It's like it's cult-like what it's turned into. It's not even politics. It's just it's cult-like. And I wonder, because a lot has happened in just half a year of him being in office, right? 4 years is going to pass. And this might be like a stain on our country's memory. I really hope that people remember who supported all of this happening. Now, I'm still going to hope for the best. I hope this nigga has like an attack of consciousness. And you know what I mean? And he's just like, no, I really do want what's best for my country.
Nah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, because we're in it. There ain't nothing I can do. So I'm just going to hope for the best. I don't hope for the failure of nothing. I want to be completely wrong. I hope this turns around and be the best presidency in the history of presidencies.
It's not going well.
Yeah, he's off to a rocky start.
He
looks like he's
Here's
sick.
my question of where we've gotten.
They're claiming he is.
Republican versus Democrat versus all this bullshit is every Democratic city is not doing great. Like LA is a very Democratic place. And the thing I hate most about us, and like I love this state, I love this fucking city. I think LA should be one of the best cities in the whole fucking world. But we sit here and talk shit. Like, we have something to talk shit about. We have crazy homelessness.
Crazy.
Our streets are fucking insane. We have so much embezzled fucking money going on through this state with the third highest GDP. And we sit here and talk like the whole rest of the country is fucking off. We're fucking off our own state.
Yeah. Oh, listen. We, look, LA will tell you, hey, we are at the forefront of recycling. We're at the forefront of preserving nature. Your sky's yellow. What the fuck are you talking about? Your sky is yellow.
The beaches have F ratings. Like,
yeah, the beaches.
We sit here and talk shit all day long. But we have so much money, our city should look like Dubai.
Yeah, it's so for
like
me.
There's United States and China, and then there's California.
Yeah.
In the world of money.
Yes.
Do you see yourself ever coming back to LA?
Forced to, yeah, but
like
by
here.
choice, I'll be bi-coastal, but yeah, to live here and just like plant my flag here, and I'm just, hell no. But you guys enjoy it though. I think I like it for y'all.
Does bi-coastal have its own flag?
Yeah. So whenever I think the biggest problem in just the political space right now is that there's so many people wanting to belong and they don't know anything about politics. They just want to belong to a group. Most people don't know anything. Like even what you just said, right? That's somebody who's paying attention. That's why I enjoy talking to you. He don't like when I compliment you, but I really enjoy talking to you.
It bothers me.
Yeah, I really enjoy. I see you get a bad rap in the comment section sometimes just because you ask the question. Sometimes they'll attack you for asking a question. I was like, he didn't say that.
Mostly those are my fake pages attacking me.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
It's me.
I'm in there crying in my room.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fucking AD.
But people don't like when you challenge thought.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything was good and bad. You just said it was truth. It was like, when you look at this, you look like you full of shit. And how can you get mad at that? But they gonna call you a Trump supporter.
I know they are. I know. That's because my fair skin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then when white people today feels like a lot of white people feel like they're being attacked, right? They can't say something or they can't ask people questions or anything like that. And that speaks to that. That's what I'm saying. That speaks. It really does happen. I need white people to stop acting like they oppressed, though. Definitely. That's not the same thing. Yeah, they're making it very difficult for you to just ask questions and just speak your mind. I get that. It's fucked up. People, there's cults on both sides. You know what I mean? There's cults actually on every side, but so it is happening to you. But that is not like being forced to live in the hood and being stopped from getting jobs, and all of you have to fight for the same territory and resources. It's not the same thing.
But we're not trying to get that far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like we're trying not to get that far, because that's the comment. They're like, we can see it going that way. No, it's not. All the people in power look like you. It's not going. It's never going that way.
The statistics are pretty far skewed.
Yeah, it's
wild. Speaking of weird,
when you really
things,
look at the numbers of and why everything gets passed and how easy it is for Trump to do what he does, is the percentage of white people is insane.
It's insane. I don't know why. Who is telling y'all there's more of other people here? We're so far from a white minority. It's insane. But there's this thought, it's coming. I can see it. No, it's not. It's never coming. Because the moment white people feel like they're going to be at the bottom, they're going to be at the top again.
They'll change the rules.
They're going to be at the top. And I need everybody else to understand that too. There's never going to be a time where they're at the bottom. They're not doing it again. They're not doing. I don't know what's in their books.
We already came from those caves.
Yeah,
one time.
They're not doing it again. I promise you, they're never. And why don't people understand? Like when you said that white people only make white people. They don't really make a spectrum of people like that. So they can be erased if everybody comes together.
That's true.
And make a bunch of Alejandros.
Yeah.
Just start fucking white women.
Yeah.
If you want to take over.
So my thing is, why would I fault them in having pride in who they are? I think every culture of people, every group of people should have pride in who they are. Not necessarily.
You can't put that word behind white.
I know. You can't.
Power nor pride.
And you see what I'm saying?
Word.
And that's but they can have pride if they would just admit to the atrocities and just say, hey man, we just not going back. Like, hey, we can live here in harmony, but the moment we feel like we going back, it's up for everybody. But they won't say it. And you can even be proud, like white people conquered, they are the actual minority in the world, population wise. And they dominated through brute force. Now these things are atrocious, the things that were done. But if you have a warlike mentality where you can appreciate that type of thing, then if someone has pride in it, then I mean they have pride in it. I don't think that I'm proud of the creativity of black people and like in hip hop, the creation of hip hop. Hip hop is terrible right now, but that doesn't change my pride. and hip hop is actually hurting my community.
So
you see what I'm saying? So pride is always this interest. It's not a straightforward conversation. To be proud to be a white person, or proud to be a black person, or proud to be Asian or Latin or whatever you are, just being proud. It's like, I'm cool with it. You just don't go harming other people behind it, and we're good to go. And stop trying to knock white people off the top. They don't like that. They
don't like that.
They take it very personally, dog. They're not going back. So just play the game within the confines of because they're not going.
This is how I feel about billionaires versus the rest of us, and why we can't get anything done, and why the gap keeps widening. Because for years it's just like fuck billionaires, take their money, take their shit. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
We got to come in a little bit more quietly.
Yes.
We got to get to the
Just
top a
do
little
some
bit.
stuff
We got to
together.
get over there to get on the same playing field.
Yes.
And it's not going to work by like, fuck these billionaires, fuck these billionaires. It's not going to work that way.
Because
so I don't
you
know
gave
why.
them all the resources.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all. We're not shopping nowhere. Well, I own all the stores.
Right. Like, what the fuck?
You don't even know how to make the stuff that you need.
Yeah. No.
That's what I'm saying. The power was handed over to them.
The funnier part is like, it's like, oh, we're going to protest this. They probably own the 3 other stores you're shopping at too.
Yeah.
Because that's how these companies
It is
work
like,
now. It's
man, we had a bad quarter. One of our stores is doing tough.
Well, talking about hip hop.
Yo.
Talking about hip hop, have you heard what's going on in Atlanta and YSL, Young Thug, Gunna?
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
what's up with the snitching culture?
Yeah, snitching culture is funny. Because for me, it's this simple for me. It's not something I ever have to worry about. I'm never going to do crimes alone, much less with other people.
Yeah.
If you are a criminal, I'm not the best person to be around. I am telling. Because I'm not part of the group. I'm a civilian. I'm a witness to a crime.
Do you think Gunna is considered a snitch?
So here's the thing.
His acts.
I don't think he participated. If we find out later he participated in something, then yeah.
Right.
But if he's like, no, they are a gang, and I didn't do none of the gang shit.
But what if you're trying to portray that you're doing this gang shit, and then you then turn your back on the people who are letting you portray this?
So if the Italian mob takeovers, how culpable is Martin Scorsese?
Pretty culpable.
Man, I don't think, you see what I'm saying? Like,
I
entertainment
think
is
that
entertainment.
he has to answer to those actual people.
Oh, for sure.
So, like, you can't just write Italian films and then no one's
but you
knocks
see
on
what
your
I'm saying?
door.
That's the culpability where it's like, hey, you gonna have to have a conversation with somebody. And now he has security detail because of that. That's his trade-off.
No.
For it, he will have to have security detail probably for the rest of his life.
So 6ix9ine having a field day with this.
Of course.
Yeah, but
6ix9ine out here like, I told y'all everybody's a snitch.
Well, it ain't that everybody's a snitch. It's just that I can't have a conversation about, like, if we did something criminal, right? All of us did something criminal together, and we made the decision, hey, we going down together. And my daughter is like, Dad, you can't do 20 years. You niggas looking railroaded to me, brother. My daughter looked me in the eyes and was like, I can't do 20 years without you, Dad. What am I supposed to say?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to be
sorry.
like, nah.
I'm a good friend.
I'm a good friend. You see what I'm saying? I'm a better friend than father. I'm sorry.
I owe it to them. We signed a deal.
We shook hands, baby. We shook hands on it. Like, nah. So I'm not saying it's right. I understand the rules. I understand all of that. But also, it's just a dumb game to get into.
Who do you think is releasing these tapes?
Oh, the government. For sure.
They want everybody to be against
They want everybody, man.
Yeah, they creating chaos, man.
Yeah,
This
Or it could be the opposing record label.
Yo, I'm telling you,
it's just wild.
Yo, they are. Come on, man. The owner of the phone is releasing. Is releasing the.
I'm just like, wow.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful because one, it influences young minds, right? They're having arguments in the street. No, you stand up. Nah, show them that none of these niggas stand
Look what Young
up.
Thug did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they all look at this situation like, I don't like any of this.
They look around all their
Street
friends.
culture is just fake. I don't want to be a part of this. That would be the best thing that could happen. Clean up these streets. Show all the snitches. Release all that shit.
So as much as you say you have pride in hip hop,
Yeah.
I grew up hip hop head. Everybody in here, hip hop fan, grew up on the shit. It seemed like it's all a lie.
Because it's all a lie.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. Some of the best rappers ever are really poets. They're just poets.
I mean, Tupac did have a poetry book.
But you see what I'm saying? They're
yeah.
just poets.
Yeah. Tupac are pretty soft.
Most of his gangster shit that you attach Tupac to happened after a record deal.
Yeah.
After. I'm not saying that he's not legitimately who he was portraying himself as. I can't tell you that. Never met him. But what I'm saying is, you didn't come from this. You didn't come from this thing. Everybody is not telling their life story. You can tell some shit you've seen. It's not. Listen, I've been around it. I've been around it. I've had friends that's done time, and I'm talking about close friends. Like on some street shit, I've lost people to violence in my life, to gun violence and all kinds of stuff. Just it comes with the territory with where I come from. But I'm not gonna act like I was a part of it. If you in my car and you got an illegal gun and some drugs and I get pulled over, you're going to jail. You're going to jail because I made the decision not to participate. You don't get to make me participate. And I tried to participate at one point in my life, and they were like, "Nah, you ain't built for this. We see something better for you." And now I'm here on the TFU podcast.
Let me get that.
Because I was built for. I was meant for something else.
Let me get that gun back, Ryan. This doesn't seem.
That's another thing. That like everybody in the streets are terrible people. There's a lot of people in the streets that's out here saving kids. It's like, I made a poor decision young. You don't have to. Those people exist in the streets, and those stuff. I wish people would rap more about that. I wish there was more Jay-Z's. Like I told you, sell drugs. No, Hove did that. So hopefully you wouldn't have to go through that.
Speaking of rappers, y'all see this Will Smith tours? Crowds supposedly AI'd crowds. They're zooming in on like the fucking cardboards, and they're like looking like AIs, like shit's misspelled and like smeared out, looking like he's releasing album, like he's on tour singing.
Who he opening for?
He said who he opening for.
Oh, you said it was a rapper doing a tour.
Will Smith.
He's the rapper?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
You know that he won the first rap artist of the world, like rap album of the fucking year.
I'm joking. I'm actually a Will Smith fan, a Will Smith rap fan. Yeah, that's another reason. That's another reason why I couldn't be in the streets. And he was like, "Man, you hear this new Locks?" I'll be like, "Nigga, you hear this Millennium?"
He was out here like, nah.
Hey man, Big Willie Style was a crazy record.
No,
crazy
it went diamond.
album.
It went diamond.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It was dope.
Were you at the concert supporting Will Smith?
No, I was poor.
Yeah, Me
This
too.
is now his concert. This is this
What
year.
music is he doing though? Is he doing his new
music.
album?
Yeah, I think he's doing the new album.
No,
It was a
thank
little
you.
tough.
No, thank you. I can't do new. Now, if you do, you know what I mean, Big Willie style, you do Summertime, you do, you know what I'm saying? You do all your soundtrack joints.
Parents just don't understand. Bring out Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah, I'm with all of that. Listen, Will Smith slapping Chris Rock broke my heart.
Yeah.
That bothered me.
Broke my heart. I can never see him the same. I still will always love him. There's a certain amount of love I'll always have for him because of what he represents to me. But just that moment, man, that moment is such a tough, because it felt like such a bully moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was so.
The big guy attacking the small guy.
Yeah, it was just like, you know, where I come from, nigga, you don't do that. You don't go hit the guy you know is not going to fight back.
Yeah.
You see Tony Rock? Like I think 2 days ago, yesterday, last week, some dude stood up at his concert and he was like, "I ain't Chris, motherfucker."
Yeah,
he's like, "Come up, I ain't Chris, motherfucker." And then the guy like dapped him up.
Yeah, and
that shit
Tony,
was funny.
yeah.
Any thoughts on Lil Nas X mental breakdown? They said no drugs.
I've always.
Well, they said no drugs?
They said
no drugs, no
here.
drugs, no alcohol, nothing.
In his blood test, nothing.
Just mania.
Oh, then he's just not okay.
Yeah, he's just not okay. Mania.
Did we not think that before he
But that's
turned
what I'm
into
saying.
this gay character they made him?
This is what people don't understand. Look,
I heard Lil Nas X ain't like that. I heard he was straight and shit before, and then he just became this fuck character for this shit.
And like, That's what I'm saying. He don't even use drugs or none of that stuff. He just doesn't. So this was the thing for me. This was the thing for me. I've always felt bad for that kid. This dude has the longest running #1 song in the history of music. I don't think that was his first single.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That is tough.
That's
As
tough.
a teenager,
Yeah,
that's tough.
And it's a crossover shit.
And it's a crossover joint. You was like, I just want to rap to something country. No, nope, is it the country?
And you're a gay black dude in country?
Yeah, in country. That's
a crazy path.
Yeah, a crazy path.
He definitely Britney Spears.
They had him
right
performing in front of children, and then next time he's an assless chap. It was just he never got a chance to figure out who he was. He had to figure out who he was, and while being the most famous person on the planet at the time. And he went from being unknown to the most famous person for a summer. While trying to figure out, while being a teenager, trying to figure out who you are. That nigga is never going to be okay. He, as long
in
as
the height of like the LGBTQ movement, which is not really has the movement, and like I feel like.
And this is the thing, he might have really been trying to figure out his sexuality. Right.
Yeah.
And then there could have been people around him was like, this could be huge for us.
Yep.
If you just, and he's like, I don't really want to. No, man, you got to, because this has got, you don't know what direction he's being pulled in. Yeah. Now he may be in a place where he is as a man, and now he's been in it for so long, he could say no to certain things or whatever. But I just don't ever think he's going to be okay until he completely gets away from the limelight. I don't think he's going to be okay. Yeah, it's that type of thing. Kids are not supposed to be that fucking famous.
Yeah.
They're just not supposed to be that famous. So
mentally, they're just not prepared for it.
They're not prepared for that. Every time I see Britney Spears, I'll be like, that makes sense, man. I don't think y'all understand how fucking famous she was. Justin Bieber went crazy.
He looks rough.
He still hasn't made it back. He is yo-yoed back and forth across that line over and over again.
I like Britney. Britney, she jumped over the line and stayed there.
She can't come back.
Yeah.
I don't think Lil Nas X is struggling, nigga. He is not. This nigga slid down a stripper pole to hell and gave the devil a lap dance and broke his neck. I don't even know what the symbol is in that.
Yeah.
And people were like, he worshiped the devil. I was like, nah, he killed the devil in the video. Because that's not worship. And he came from heaven to do it. But I don't know if God or Jesus condones sliding to hell on a stripper pole on his behalf
right,
to kill the devil. I don't know who's like, and that's why when people were like, when he said he was religious, people were like, oh, now he's playing with God. No, he killed the devil in this video. I see, but I don't know why you had to do it in leather booty shorts. I just don't. That's where I'm like, what is the message? I don't know what's happening.
Same thing with what's his name that came out dressed in tuxes, doing all the singing.
Sam
and like
Smith?
He was always gay, but then he went down like
Sam Smith,
crazy fucking crazy, like,
fat leather with like just leathered up with makeup and all. I was
motherfucker
like,
came out looking like Frank Sinatra in a suit and shit when he first started
Stay
singing.
With Me.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I don't know what. And this is the crazy part. He didn't stay with me. They were like, you're a little fat. The dude got slim. He got slim, and then was like had the Frank Sinatra look, and then now he's in like bondage.
Yeah. Heels shit.
And everything.
Wow.
I'm just like,
I feel like Ray J teetering.
Hey,
somebody need to pull Ray.
Oh yeah.
Somebody need to pull Ray J back and help this man.
I don't see how. Like even the example, we done gave all the examples, right? We ain't even mentioned being a kid singer and ending up at R. Kelly's house. There's so many different things that can happen to you as a young singer. There are going to be people who still push their children to do it because the idea of having a famous child or millions of dollars coming your way, people will sacrifice their children all day.
Absolutely.
Sacrifice that. We just named all these people who just didn't get the chance to figure. They had to try to figure out who they were in the midst of chaos.
But now let's talk about somebody that's winning. Did you see Cardi B win her case?
I love Cardi B.
I loved it. I love when she explained what happened.
Who'd she beat?
It was the best.
For what?
I think it was a security guard somewhere, and it looked like they got in an altercation, and the security guard was suing her for $24 million.
Yeah,
and she ended
get
up
these numbers.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know how they came up with that number.
She hit me with a pinky. I get $24 million.
Bro.
Like, sue me for $100,000 or something.
Did you call her the N-word? No, I called her a bitch.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I saw that.
Man, her testimony was hilarious.
Oh man, she kept that shit 1,000.
1,000. Did you call her fat? She's fat.
She was like, look at her.
Look at her.
Look.
I called her a fat bitch, and if you look at,
Is she pregnant?
I think without a doubt she's pregnant. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Cardi, but I think she's 1,000% pregnant.
By
She's
who?
pregnant. You think she's pregnant right now?
Because the reason she threw that pin at Boy was because he asked her if it's fucking offsets or digs.
That's disrespectful, though. That's disrespectful.
As a media person, I think he's got to ask.
This is the funny part. Let's say it's an accurate question. Still disrespectful. Like let's say you lost a fight and you come out of somewhere and they be like, "Is that person hit hard?" Bitch, why would you ask me that? It's a valid question. I was asleep. I was asleep. Don't ask me that though, man. Just don't ask me that.
Well, I don't mean to like switch subjects. Do you see what's going on with Belichick?
Yeah.
At the time of his life.
And why we got the girlfriend at the games on the sideline? That's not weird.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why it's not weird.
Oh, I gotta hear this because they was never there prior to this.
You wouldn't leave your grandfather somewhere without a chaperone.
Let's hear it, Ryan.
Nailed it.
Oh, you think
He's out of here at any day. When you're with somebody in their last moments, you really have to be there in their last moments, dog. I don't know why people don't understand this. Like once a person gets to a certain age, you're gonna miss it if you're not there.
Oh man,
you're gonna miss. You gotta
be
have
a heart attack on the sideline.
And that's how I know you won't date that young. You ain't dating that young.
20.
You think she gonna not be at the game, nigga? You think she not gonna be at the sideline?
That shit is crazy to see her
She
there.
in there to be. She in that relationship for the sidelines.
If you're not with Bill, if you're with Bill Belichick, what other reason are you there?
She need to be in the stand somewhere.
How dare you disrespect me like that?
Yo,
she out here rubbing on 70-year-old dick. I can't stand on the sidelines. There's ex-players that stand on the sidelines.
Wait, how old is
UNC ain't never won nothing. If Julius Peppers get to be down here, I get to be down here. She's like, Julius Peppers ain't done half of what I've done to get down.
Yo, he's 73.
He's 73.
The synergy between her name being Jordan and
UNC,
the Tar Heels being sponsored by Jordan, and now people using that picture of them on the beach, you know what I mean, where he's holding her up on the legs. They silhouetted it into the Jordan logo,
Jumpman.
And it says like Air Jordan, but her Jordan is spelled different. So you can tell.
I'm telling
you. The synergy on that is crazy. Those shirts got to be selling like fucking.
She
I
has done.
I cannot wait until you turn 73.
Her sacrifice is more than the alumni.
And see who
She
you're
should
dating.
she should be on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yo, there's nobody on that sideline that's willing to do what she's doing.
UNC's
to get down on that sideline.
It's got to be paying her. You think they've been paying her before they were like, they sent her in like 3 years before or whatever. They're like, look, we want to get Bill to UNC. We need you to pitch this to her.
I wonder what Bill and her talk about though.
Nothing.
When he plays the Beach Boys and he's like, dude,
he's not. He's fucking playing Young Thug in his house right now. He don't give a shit.
Hilarious. That's awful.
Bill's walking around like, you heard this new skit? He's snitching. He's snitching.
Now wait, can y'all believe Dallas though?
What getting rid of Micah Parsons?
I didn't even understand. I don't know what's going on.
I get it.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's hear the reasoning behind that.
Dallas has always played with their players' money. They continue to. They played with Dak's money. They played with CD's money. they
Playing with their money and trading them is a little different.
Well, because they decided to sign the contract. Micah had already decided he wasn't. Micah said, "My back hurt."
Yeah, once a player starts doing that shit, there's no point at a certain point if they're not going to play for you 100%.
They offered him the highest non-quarterback contract. Now, I don't know what the guarantees were, but the total number would have made him the highest paid. Now, Micah Parsons' agent went on First Take and was like, the details, they say it that way, but the details are, it wasn't really that.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, no, it's still the offer. You know what I mean? Once somebody offer you $43 million a year in any capacity, and you like, nah, my back hurt. I was like, he gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. And he told them, though, not to play with his money. Not to play. Everybody ain't to be played with. This is what you got to understand, bro. That dude was in his first 4 seasons. And he was a Pro Bowler like almost every season. He's entering his prime.
I thought it was like a corner and a linebacker and a DN at the same time.
He's entering his prime. A team would gladly pay whatever you're asking to get him. And he knew that. You can do that with wide receivers. You can do that. Pass rusher, there aren't too many positions in the league more important than a pass rusher. I think pass rusher is like
3.
3.
Quarterback, left tackle.
See, me and you on the same page. Yep, that's the exact order I had. It's quarterback, left tackle, pass rusher. Because they changed the game so much. The quarterback has the ball in his hand the most. The left tackle is the person who protects them. Is the most important to protect them because it's his blind side. And the pass rushers are the people who disrupt. Good pass rushing teams win Super Bowls.
When I figured out how much the left tackle
That's why Brady
makes,
could never beat the Giants.
I should have just ate and been fat and just played left tackle. Fucking.
Them dudes though, they are athletic.
But when I got to college, and you realize the left tackle is 6'5" and above.
Yeah,
these motherfuckers are big.
They big.
6'5", 6'7".
You could have been a guard though.
With quick feet.
Quick feet.
You could have been a guard.
Yeah, for sure.
A guard.
Guard don't have to be as nimble.
D-tackle,
you just gotta move some shit. You just gotta move some shit around.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. I got something real powerful for you. Can Travis Kelce, after dating black women, marry Taylor Swift and be happy?
Well, he's
the happiest man on the planet.
This is the thing.
No, financially he is, but I'm just saying physically, if you look at who he was dating in the past,
it's not even dating black women.
Add up.
It's not even dating black women.
But that's because you're a man of one woman. You like the same figure, the same weight, the same type of look. You not a multiple women type of dude. Like
that's true.
A dude that loves like women will just love like all type. I'm not saying you don't love women.
No. But what I'm saying,
no. You saying he has a type?
Yeah.
And not everybody has a type.
So are we saying that Kelce?
I don't think he got a type.
I seen who he was dating. Very nice looking woman.
So this is
very shapely.
Yeah, this is.
And then he went from that to the complete opposite.
What do you think he dated before he was Travis Kelce?
I think he always dated full figure women.
So this was the thing for me.
She tall.
When I look at Travis's exes right before Taylor,
right,
it's a huge like juxtaposition. Like if Taylor was curvy, then you'd be like, oh, I can see how it got there. You know what I mean? Or if Taylor like dressed like them, or it was the same aesthetic, or it seemed like they were the same type of girl, like they were into the same type of stuff. But it's like they seem not to have anything in common. Nothing in common, right?
That's fine. That's granted. Okay.
No. But I understand that. Look, you got the right guy. I ain't him.
No. Go ahead.
None of mine look alike. None of my exes look alike. None. Not even a little bit. So I understand the Travis Kelce thing. And the thing is, I'm not a white guy. I don't view white women the way Travis Kelce probably views white women.
The forbidden fruit.
Like he respects them?
Huh?
Like he respects them?
No, like...
Do you think
like he's white?
Do you think
like when he goes to family functions and all
like
that stuff?
everybody's
Like
white.
Everybody's white. He has.
It's different.
He's not living in proximity to whiteness. He's white. He had to get the Caesar and the beard to go fuck with the women, the black women.
Yeah.
He can be as white as he want to be.
You don't get that first. You get the black woman, then you get the Caesar and the beard.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. The black wife effect.
No, but here's my question: is that it would never be an issue if it was the other way. We would just say, "Oh, he found some good black pussy, and that's what he likes now."
Yeah, it would be a joke. They would make jokes about it, but it ain't no joke with the Taylor Swift thing. And I don't know.
Maybe he just found
feels like some bitterness.
Maybe he just loves that pancake booty.
Yeah, because this is the thing for me. I've never dated never dated a white woman. I've never dated anything other than black. I like my women curvy. I like.
But saying that,
wait a second. No. That's what I'm saying. I'm painting a picture. I like my women curvy. I like my women to have like interest. I like them to dance a certain way. I like to have like cultural synergy. Taylor Swift could have got me. It's fucking Taylor Swift. I would at least see where it goes.
Right. Like you getting it?
I would at least see. And what if you go on a date with her and it's the best date you've ever been on?
Out, takes you
what
out.
What if she's super kind? She's like she's super complimentary. But what if like he was just like, it's not usually my speed. And he go on a date and it's the best date he's ever been on. She's the most supportive anybody's ever been because she knows what it is to work hard and be at the top of her field and things of that nature. Like,
does that sway you from what you like physically?
Yes.
What about this?
I've never experienced
Travis
that. So
Kelce.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's go out on a different limb. Maybe Travis Kelce was faking his relationships with black girls because he wanted to be more in the culture of the people he was in the locker rooms with.
But that's
and now
the thing
he finally found himself a white girl and got back to his
roots,
where he's from.
With that?
You know what I mean?
What's wrong with
now
that?
he gets his mom comes around more.
Yeah, what's wrong with
You know what I mean?
And that's why I don't understand.
You are on the right track, son.
Yeah, because the parent who shares the sex of the person you're dating, that matters to them. It goes back to what we said
Patrick
earlier.
Mahomes' white girlfriend is best friends with Taylor Swift now.
Yeah,
his friend got a white friend. They all friends.
Yeah.
Do you think Travis Kelce Post Malone his image?
No. I think Travis Kelce.
What did Post Malone do?
Post Malone pretended to like niggas for a while, and then you think he made a song called White Iverson, and then was like, rap music ain't real music. I was like, yeah, nigga, that's how we found you. Yeah,
y'all see his fashion show?
Oh no, I've never been a Post Malone anything.
He got a fashion show in Paris now, but it's literally just like, you know how you dress now, like hip hop country kind of like he put like it's all that shit, like fucking gemmed belts and fucking.
I've never paid. I don't pay.
Hip hop country got to be a new style though. At least y'all might give him credit for hip hop country.
I don't pay that dude no attention.
You know he's got the number.
I'll never give him credit for hip hop country. Big and Rich had Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. That felt a little hip hopish, and that was way before Post Malone.
They definitely were. Bringing Nelly in the mix.
Yeah, Nelly. He did. What was that? Georgia Florida Line.
Does the Hootie and the Blowfish guy count?
Oh, you talking Darius Rucker? So that's what I'm saying. So for me, it's just like I can. It was difficult for me because it was like jarring at first because it's such a juxtaposition. Like I think whenever you date women, you can go at least I could see where he's at, but there's nothing. There's nothing there.
You being the man you are, you know, you like him at 140 and like 22 years old, whatever the fuck.
Why did we put an age on it? Because that's not really true.
I don't know. Travis attorney. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not really true.
Point being,
Okay.
you got your type, but Oprah want to date you. You not taking that date?
I'm taking her.
You not taking that marriage? You not being Stedman? You gotta do shit, but be Stedman.
I mean, I would be lying if I say I didn't go on the date.
But this is what I'm saying.
I definitely went.
And this is the thing. You going on a date with Oprah. You 38.
Right.
And this is 38-year-old you.
Right.
With billionaire Oprah. She want to go on a date.
No,
wait. When did your business become successful? But you were like mid-level successful.
Ago.
Mid-level.
So yeah. Mid-level for a while.
So you there, like
you
mid-level success like Travis Kelce, but she a billionaire.
No, listen.
Yeah, they not close.
I understand going out with Oprah, but I'm just saying, do you still stop liking coffee?
I'm trying.
I don't think anybody does. That's not what a relationship is.
Yeah, I don't think you still get away from what you like. Basically,
that's not what a relationship is.
I would cheat.
Yeah. I would be in the relationship, but cheating all the time.
But I would be cheating constantly.
You're not cheating on Oprah.
Yes, I am.
Why not? And I'm
That's a
letting her know.
financially terrible decision.
One of the worst financial decisions you could ever make. That's crazy.
What in the hell?
I would actually
I still gotta have a cup of coffee.
I'm like, you want to sit on my face again, Oprah? Fine, Jesus.
If I was with Oprah and another woman hit on me, I'd be like, you know who I'm with. You know who I'm with.
Please.
Don't play with me like
Don't
that.
disrespect me.
You can't even buy into this game, baby. Get the fuck out my face. Yo, what are you talking about? So now me, the age gap with me and Oprah is too big now.
Now?
Yeah, now it's
Give
too
a
big
fuck.
now. Yeah, it's too
How
big
old's
for me
Oprah?
I have no idea.
75?
Yeah, like,
No.
But Oprah 75 is like a 42 normal
Wait a minute,
lady. You know what I mean?
Before we get out of here, before we get out of here, God, I can't even say it now. Before we get out of here, I really wanted to ask you about the comedy scene because Reggie Carroll died. Mm-hmm. And it looks like it happened at Cat Williams' house. Mm-hmm. And I know it was other comedians there. What the fuck happened? Because I know you know. If anybody know, you know.
our friendship is getting in the way of this podcast.
First, did you know Reggie?
Yeah, I know Reggie. Me and Reggie had some differences, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, it was rumored that actually, I don't even want to go into the rumor. I don't want to speak. You know, rest
if you gotta avoid it, you gotta avoid it.
It's not avoiding it. It's just like being respectful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because, you know, Reggie didn't really do anything to me. And there's a narrative that he did and that there was like this crazy like tension between me and him that didn't really exist. Me and him just one day didn't see eye to eye.
Got it.
And then it got turned into something greater than what it was. And, you know, I had seen Reggie since then, and he didn't treat me poorly or came up to try to start a problem or anything like that. But a fake narrative got put out about that situation. And instead of the truth coming out, Reggie kind of embraced it. I didn't care for that part of it.
Right.
But we live in times where stuff like that happens. You know what I'm saying? Where if people are gravitating toward a story or a narrative and it's drawing attention, you know, there's no such thing as bad publicity. You know, we're taught in entertainment, if something is driving attention towards you and you can capitalize on it, capitalize on it. I'm not that type of person. That's why I'm speaking the way that I'm speaking now.
I hear it in your voice.
I'm just never that person. I don't want
but
attention
it seems like
from certain
nobody
things.
knows nothing. I just know that. I think the security
I'm gonna tell you
guy.
this. I'm gonna tell you
the
this.
The security guy got arrested.
Somebody knows.
I'm gonna tell you this. The whole it seems like nobody knows anything. That's not true. I'll say that. There's people who know plenty. There are people who know plenty. I'm just a good secret keeper.
Okay.
And I would like to keep that reputation.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I hope that there is like actual justice for Reggie. You know, where whatever happened, right, that the truth comes out and his family gets peace and the people who love him get peace. That's a tough thing, you know, to where if something happens, people try to hide information or whatever. It keeps, I don't think that people understand what that does to a family,
right,
and what that does to loved ones when they're like, I lost somebody I love and I care about, and there's people with answers and nobody wants to give me any answers, even if it's something I don't want to hear, even if it's something to where, you know, they were to blame. I'm not saying he's to blame, but I'm saying I would rather hear that they were to blame than to get nothing. You know, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So the one thing I hope that comes from this, I hope all the truth comes out about everything, and that it brings some type of peace to people, because this, I don't think people are just going to let it go.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think people are just going to let it go.
Was it at Cat's house or no?
It's a property that is in the name of a merchandise company.
Oh.
That I think.
Then why
because the merchandise company is
somehow related to Cat Williams.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking. I was like, this is getting weird.
So that's what I've.
But Cat was there?
I don't know nothing.
They're saying that he wasn't there.
He's not Young Thug. I don't
know.
No, I'm not saying anything about Cat Snitch or not.
I don't know.
I just heard another comedian. I just heard another comedian talking about, like, trying to call Cat out, saying, you know what happened and all this other bullshit. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know who was there. I know Reggie was there, and the guy they said that did it was there. Anybody else, I have no clue. This my camera in front of me. I have no idea about nothing. I don't know nothing. Yeah. I'll never know nothing. I'm not close to anybody close to it. I don't know anything. I just hope that there's justice for Reggie. Like, there might be some people who are like, y'all had y'all situation or whatever. You probably I really want justice for Reggie. I think he deserves that.
Right.
He deserves that. He was in a space, I'm sure, with people he trusted, and it didn't have to. Whatever the situation was, it never has to end like that.
Right.
It never has to end like that.
First of all, security killing people that's probably supposed to be protecting the people is crazy. When I heard it was like he got killed by a security guard, like, what the fuck are we doing?
That's what I'm saying.
Why is the security guard partaking in anything but securing shit?
None of the information that they're giving out is going to give anybody closure. That's what I'm saying. It just leaves a bunch of questions. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just hoping that, like, justice is served, that, you know, because you can't bring anybody back. And whenever you don't provide some sense of peace to a family or to loved ones, violence can continue. I don't think people really, like, everybody is not okay with just living with questions.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people really want answers. So, yeah, man, I hate to hear what happened, because just about him passing, because I don't care what type of situation people, like, I didn't have ill will toward him, and I don't really know how he really felt about me. That's right. And AD, you know how I am. I just don't care enough. Tripping. Yeah, I'm never tripping about it. I just don't care enough about what people think about me. But I never felt like he hated me or he had a real problem with me. He had a real problem with our interaction that day.
Got it.
Yeah, that day. But when I did,
what was your interaction? You want to talk about that or not?
We were just at the Laugh Factory, and I was talking to some comedians and everything, and apparently he came up and spoke to me or whatever. I didn't see it or didn't hear it, and he kind of felt like I brushed him off or was like played him to the left or whatever, and he didn't like it, so he wanted to address it. And he didn't directly address it. He was just like, he was angry though. Yeah, he was really angry. And he let me know that, but I found out later what the issue was. I didn't even find out that day.
And I already know you probably wouldn't even bother that day. You was like, he going through something, but it don't have nothing to do with me.
See, AD knows what I'm like. Somebody be going off, I'll be like, this shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
This shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I didn't do anything to you, so this shit ain't got nothing to do with me. And that was my feeling behind it. And then there was I heard I got hung from a balcony. I got punched in the stomach. I got pushed into a closet.
The balcony's not very big at Laugh Factory.
And I was 300 pounds at the time. So to hang me from a balcony at the time, boy.
And you ain't no easy win.
I ain't no, listen. It's the craziest thing. Like, nobody touched anybody. I was never touched. I didn't touch him. There were never no threats made of like, yo, next time I see you, what's up? Like, when I did, I performed in Louisiana for 50 Cent when he did his Shreveport joint.
Dope.
I saw Reggie by himself there, and he went like, hey, how you doing or whatever, but he wasn't like, I'm gonna punch you in the face. It was just like, we in the same space. We both in entertainment. Sometimes we're gonna be in the same space.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that, like, I think people don't understand that everybody ain't got to be friends. Sometimes niggas just not friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that there is a problem or it's going to turn into physical violence or anything like that. And just because somebody don't necessarily like me, that means that I want violence brought upon them. I don't want that for anybody.
Right.
What's up with the 50 shit down there?
50.
The opening, like, does it look...
People,
what's it looking
it's
like?
It's going to be hard
Shreveport?
for anybody to get me to say some negative stuff about 50. I just haven't experienced this negative person that, like, when people... I've never experienced it. Anytime I've been...
the Shreveport thing, like, it's looking dope.
I think it's going to be an amazing thing. I think he's going to change lives in Shreveport. I think he's truly going to change lives in Shreveport. I think more jobs is going there. I think healthier food is going to be there. I think more opportunity. I think education will get better because I don't know what it is about this dude, man. 50 Cent is so fucking rude online. But this nigga's heart is he's just a good-hearted person. And I think people really... If you haven't met a person like that who's like kind-hearted, but then as soon as you say something to them that they don't like, it's like up for the rest of the day. Like it's up forever. He's just, I don't know what, I was like, dang, he really don't let shit go. He don't forget nothing. He don't, but he just seems to be the nicest guy in the world, man. I don't know that whatever side it is that people are experiencing where they act like it, I have never... Not only experienced it, I haven't seen it. Now, I've seen how he does people on social media, but most of the time, I don't recall him being the
aggressor.
The aggressor, you know what I mean?
It's always seemed like it's in retaliation or something.
Even if he does poke fun at somebody, if you take it all and just, you like, 50, you crazy. He'll just...
Yeah, it keeps moving.
It keeps it moving. It's whenever you, like... And I'm not saying you can't play too. If somebody plays with you, you can't play too. He's had back and forths with people, and then I've seen them together, and it obviously isn't that.
This girl from my fucking studio I worked at said she got hit in the head with a mic allegedly by 50 Cent. And that bitch wouldn't let me play 50 Cent in my classes. Never when she worked. She was at the front desk
that's
like,
the girl.
I got PTSD.
Oh, is that the one he threw the bike? He threw the bike.
That bitch
yeah, he threw a bike one time.
Really fucking hard.
Yeah, he threw it hard.
At my motherfucking fitness studio, and I don't know who the fuck she was. I came out of class one day, she's like, oh, I see you playing 50 Cent in there a lot. I was like, yeah, 50 the man. Was not nice after that. It was fucking, they was like, I had to have a whole talk and shit. Couldn't you play 50 no more? Allegedly.
How are you supposed to know this?
Hit her, by the way.
But you know what I would have done, right?
Play more
50? No. The next day I would have worked out the R. Kelly. And if she didn't have nothing to say, I'd be like, you disgust me. You disgust me.
Now, on that topic, is Michael Jackson the same? Like, if we play Mike, like we should be able to play R. Kelly.
They never found evidence with Mike.
Right.
They had a house full of evidence for R. Kelly.
But didn't they have a house full of evidence?
Now you can go read it.
In Neverland.
You can read it. They never had evidence. They ripped everything apart. So that's one of the things that they'll do all the time. Like it's just like the Diddy trial, right? They ransacked Diddy's house. Found drugs, found guns. What'd they tell us about?
Baby oil.
Baby oil.
With laced drugs already in the baby oil.
It was never about. So you meaning to tell me y'all got stories that he's intimidating people, that he's drugging people, and all these things, but you won't tell us about the weapons of the drugs. You won't even charge him for the weapons of the drugs.
Right.
But you tell us about baby oil. A lot of these cases is like smear campaigns.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that the niggas didn't do nothing wrong. He's guilty of the things he's guilty of. That's why he's in jail now. But sometimes I do believe that some people go on trial and they just throw in a Hail Mary out there. Because once you go through the whole trial, your reputation can't survive it. Like Diddy, you know what he's in jail for right now? For being a rich cuck.
Yeah. For real.
He can afford to fly niggas out to fuck his girl. Damn. So because of that, he's in jail for flying prostitutes to his place.
One act pornos.
And this is the crazy part. Wasn't even prostitutes.
Yeah.
A lot of them were exotic dancers and niggas who really just wanted to fuck Cassie. And he was like, I'll pay you for it. Damn. I'll pay you for your time. Skip work. Sound just a good business deal. Like, that's what I'm saying. He a rich cuck. If he had just done it in New York and never flew these niggas, he wouldn't even be in jail right now.
Yeah, no.
That's why we talked to the Punisher came on and he was like, I never flew cross state lines because I lived in New York.
Yeah.
So it was just from like, it wasn't
But
me.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is like, he's a monster. But he could be, but y'all didn't charge him with none of the monster shit.
He really like on some super weak, weird shit. Like,
yeah.
letting somebody fuck your girl all the time.
Yeah.
That's like,
and willing to fly multiple
the
guys
opposite
anyway.
of a monster, you know what I mean? Like, take my girl.
Man, he like this is how bad he had it. It wasn't even like, girl, when we get home, I'm gonna get these guys to come. Like he couldn't wait. It was like, we go home tomorrow. Fuck that.
She was scrolling.
Fly him here. I want to see that nigga naked now. Like that's the way Diddy was moving. Like, yeah, he was a cuck with means.
Yeah.
And that's why he's in jail right now. Now, and then some people could hear that. And I mean, that's why I hate just people don't like context. There's nothing inaccurate about what the fuck I just said. Yeah. But some people will go, he's pro Diddy. I didn't say nothing that would lead anybody to believe that I'm pro Diddy in any way. I'm just telling you, if you believe he's a monster and he's done all these things, I'm going to tell you this. They didn't charge him with none of that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, whether pro Diddy or pro Trump, whatever we got going on in here,
right. They gonna swear me and you and just
let them know where they can
monsters.
find your new special, bro. We're gonna wrap this podcast up for the day. Let them know what you got going on, where to find your stuff, what you want them to see.
All right, I'm actually on tour right now, so I'm in Virginia Beach this weekend, and then I'm in Canada for 2 weekends, and then I'm doing the City Winery in St. Louis. I got a bunch of shows coming up. We got a movie that we shot that's I'm sure will be coming out soon. My special is currently on Patreon, but it will be released on Ali Sadiq's page.
What movie?
It's called Bipartisan. It was shot me and my boy Austin Hall. It's his baby. He wrote it, produced it, directed. Him and my guy JR. It's a hell of a funny movie. It's about it's about a guy running for mayor because the current mayor is trying to kick his grandma out the house. It's trying to kick all the old people out to build something there, and he can't stop it. So he run against them to try to beat him.
Are you the mayor?
No, I'm not the mayor. Austin's the mayor. I'm the security.
Okay.
So I'm throughout the movie as a security, and I'm not that qualified. So it's hilarious, man. I've watched it through the editing process, through everything.
Where they releasing it?
Nah, man, we're still in the shop stages because there's multiple entities like interested in it. So, but nah, it's coming. And super proud of it, man. Just like I'm super proud of the special. And I'm working on stuff, but you know how this game is. You can't talk about things too early or anything like that. But life is good. Life is good right now, man.
And you can always catch him on another episode of TFU.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Oh, man.
No problem,
Pleasure. Come anytime.
I'm down 162 pounds in 6 months, and it feels great. Looking at myself in the mirror is a trip. I marvel at myself now because I'm like, man, I've done this in 6 months. 6 months is not that long ago.
I started this program back on July 1st at 288.5 pounds. Today I weighed in at 184. When I first got here, I was sad and depressed and stressed out. Over time, I regained my self-esteem, my willpower, my determination, and those things have helped me to grow and become happier with myself and in life.
Use code TFU10 for a discount on the full body cleanse.